everybody. Welcome to Slogan's Rock and Metal Extravaganza. We're here today for our favorite albums, top three albums from 1969. Logan will be with us in about 20 minutes or so. He's just getting home from work, so hang your head to the intro. Yeah, that's going to get old pretty quickly, isn't it? Might have to use a different one after a while. Whatever, it's fine for now. So joining us for this, we got two 69 birthdays here actually today. Birth dates, I should say, not birthdays, birth dates. We got Webb and Alex were both born in 69. We got Rand here and Christina here as well. So welcome everybody to the show. And so Webb, do you want to get right? We'll go in the order here. Webb, Rand, Alex, Christina. Then when Logan hops on, him, and then me. Or I'll go before Logan if he's not here yet. So Webb, you want to discuss what you were doing in 1969? No, I'm kidding. And go over your top three. Go 3, 2, then 1.
Well, on May 30th. Yeah. Well, on May 30th, I was born, and then I don't know what I was doing after that. I don't remember. But yeah. So you're making me go first, and I just told you. I've got about 30. I've got my 30 CDs at least from 69, and I'm going to go ahead and just put this one up here. One of my top 5 bands, and I think the first album in 68, they were a lot more bluesy and everything, and this is when they started. They still have the blues element, but they're really developing their sound. A lot of people love it. I'll go with Jethro Tull, Stand Up.
Wow, okay.
Wonderful album. Yeah.
Nice.
I could run through and say all the great songs on it, but this album doesn't get, it gets talked about. It gets a lot of love, but songs like Back to the Family, We Used to Know, Look into the Sun, A New Day Yesterday, Nothing is Easy. They're rocking, and I love what Clyde plays. I love Barrymore Barlow later, but I love Clyde Bunker too. And this has just always been, I probably listened to it 1,000 times. So Jethro Tull, Stand Up, 1969. I don't know the release date.
Sweet.
I didn't know I should.
I almost picked that, but I didn't. But yeah, that would definitely be an honorable. So cool.
And I think what was cool about the album is you could stand them up. You could you could open it up and then they actually stand up like little figures. Of course, it doesn't show it. It doesn't show it on this.
I have a CD box set that does that. 2 of them, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. The first one was This Was. With the original guitarist. So this was Martin Barr's first album.
Martin is on that, right? Okay. I couldn't remember if Martin was on the second one or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you know who technically their original guitar player was? Come on, you know who.
Nick Abrams.
No, before
Nick Abrams, right?
Before me.
Oh, Tony Iommi.
Yeah.
Iommi.
There's actually
and he was only there for 20 minutes.
There's actually footage of him live with Jethro Tull.
Yeah, on the Rolling Stones Rock and Roll Circus, I have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in 69 or 70, they toured with Zeppelin, and the guys in John Bonham loved Clyde Bunker, and he supposedly he'd sit side stage and just stare at Clyde and watch him play. But I don't think the rest of Zeppelin got along with him. I know they kind of made fun. Jethro Tull is what Jimmy Page called him.
Oh,
yeah. And then in the middle of How the West Was Won, in the middle of the Dazed and Confused of the 25 minutes, he goes into at the end of one of his solos. Actually, it's Heartbreaker, I think. But anyway, he does the Bourrée. And then does it, and I think it's like a fuck you to. I don't know if it's a homage or if it's a.
It's probably an homage to Bach. It's Bach.
Well, I know that, but they were doing it because they were touring with Tull. So I don't know if it was a. But anyway, that's it. Jethro Tull, Stand Up, great album.
All right, cool. Rand, what's your number one? Whatever. It doesn't have to be in any specific order. It doesn't have to be your favorite specific.
Yeah, I'm going to go in chronological order as it affected my head. So my first one is this.
Jethro Tull. Yeah.
Oh,
this album
yes,
is very, very important to me. Just before Beatles Abbey Road, by the way. Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
2009 remaster here. But anyways, it changed my life. I wanted to learn how to play piano, and I didn't want to take piano lessons. So side 2 of this, after Here Comes the Sun, I started learning how to play the piano, and I went all the way down to the end. eventually and got all of them. So it was really a real learning tool for me. But this album is so good. The first time I heard "I Want You, She's So Heavy," which is my favorite song on the album, was at my high school, Eureka High School, and a band from Oregon had come down to play for our lunch. They were called Truth, and they opened with "I Want You, She's So Heavy" before we even knew this album was released.
Wow.
And
Cool.
then the guy said, "Oh, that's a Beatles song that was just released." So I wanted this so bad right then. But yeah, that was the first time I heard it was a cover band. It's amazing, huh? But
Wow.
every song on here is a winner. Come Together, Something, Maxwell Silver Hammer. I love it all. Oh Darling. I think Paul McCartney just kills it on Oh Darling, especially that high vocal. What Octopus's Garden, and I think is the best Ringo song ever. I Want You, She's So Heavy. Like I said, it's my favorite because it's very classically oriented, and it's so anti what John Lennon would end up doing. It's like the last blast of weird out of him.
Yeah.
Out of here, from now on, he's just going to go into normal rock and roll, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And then on side two, Here Comes the Sun, George Harrison. Something was his tour de force, obviously, but Here Comes the Sun is the happiest song anybody's ever heard at this time, and even now, I think it just makes you feel good after a really freezing cold winter, and then the spring comes along and everything melts and the sun's always out, and it's just great. I love Here Comes the Sun. And then they have what they call the long medley, and it's just a bunch of songs that weren't finished, and they just connected them all. Band Genesis took that idea and turned it into Supper's Ready, by the way. But these are great songs. I mean, You Never Give Me Your Money, Sun King, Mr. Mustard, Polythene Pam. She Came In Through the Bathroom Window, Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, The End. And it ends with a really weird track called Her Majesty, which makes absolutely no sense to put it where they put it. I would have just left it off the album. But if you buy the box set of Abbey Road, you can hear how that leads into Polythene Pam, actually. They put it together where it was originally at. Anyways, are we doing just one at a time? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Beatles, my favorite band of all time, right there. I love Yes, of course, but I gotta give most of my love to the Beatles.
Rand, would you say You Never Give Me Your Money on here, though, is kind of fully formed song? I mean, that might be
that one. Yeah, that one is, and in fact, they bring it back later and reprise it for Carry That Weight. So
yes, they do. I love that. It's one of my top 5 Beatles songs. You Never Give Me Your Money.
Like the whole album, and also the production. I think this is George Martin's best production ever. Nothing sounds as good as this. What he did, I don't think. And he did some great productions. Don't get me wrong.
Cool. Yeah. So Brian made a good point about where'd that go? Yeah. Basically, She's So Heavy is the first Doom song. Yeah, it gets pretty heavy.
Yeah, that's the heaviest thing the Beatles ever did.
I mean, Helter Skelter is probably heavier, but it's
I have more to say on that.
Helter Skelter was pretty heavy, yeah, but different. Like like what Brian's saying, it is Doom. It's different. It's kind of like Black Sabbath. Really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is, 69, right?
Yeah. Cool. Alex, what's your first one?
I Want You. I just love that song so much.
And I love that song. I love that album. More on the first Doom coming up. Stay tuned.
Oh, here we go. Something obscure that he owns.
Cool.
No spoiler alert yet. So 69 is an important year for Webb and I because it's the greatest year of all since we were both born that year, right? And not only that, days apart. I'm May 26th, same day as Miles Davis. And a very important event happened in 69, and that was Woodstock. And there is my original unused 3-day ticket for the event.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow.
So
were you there? I'm kidding.
What's that?
I said, were you there?
Could have been. Never know.
No.
I've been like 4 months old.
I wasn't. So I'm going to honor West Coast Dave today since he's not here. And I'm only going to do one major release, which I had to do because it's my favorite of that band. But then I'm going a little bit kind of off the beaten path for the other two. I could have done the Beatles, but to me, I like Revolver and White Album better. I like this. I don't love it. And there's a couple others that I struggle with not putting on my list, but I didn't. So the first one we're going to do, I'm going to start with CA Quintet.
Okay.
A Trip Through Hell. So
wow.
This is if you guys haven't heard this is a psych masterpiece, and it's wow. So here's the story on this, and it is 69. A lot of places say 68. That's not right. Okay. It was released January 1st, 69. So I think there's confusion there. Recorded in 68. The band itself on their Facebook page says 69. So it's 69. Psych Garage. So this band was active 1966 to 1971. They only put out 3 singles in this album. And they're from Minnesota, so everything was locally produced and released. It is on either Falcon Records or Candy Floss Records. Again, small labels, no national distribution. It is a band that has guitar, bass, drum, keyboards, and trumpet.
Okay.
And that's the key. That's the key to this sound. So, and
what were they called again?
C.A. Quintet. CA Quintet.
Okay.
Trip Through Hell.
Cool. I gotta write that down.
So Ken Irwin is the trumpet player in the band and also the main guy and the producer of the album. This is a rare record. They're somewhere between 500 and 1,000 made. You never see it. I don't do many reissues because I like originals. I don't have originals. You can't touch one for less than $1,000 if you're lucky. It is on the top list of site records. So, and they have gained cult status since then. And this is actually the Sunday's release, which is a 2-album set with extra tracks, demos, unreleased things. So this is a cool one to have. So let's start with the music. The first song is Trip Through Hell Part 1. It's a 9-minute instrumental, and it's a crazy instrumental. Last time we talked about Arthur Brown. There's some Arthur Brown influence on this record. This opening track is atmospheric. It's haunting. It's trippy. It sets the mood. Now, the rest of the songs are 2 to 4 minutes, so they fit that form of psych rock. Second track is Colorado Morning. That's a little lo-fi psychedelic. What's Rand got? The prices? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My God. High is going for $2,528.74. I'm ordering it right now.
If anybody wants to donate a copy to the Alexploitation Music Library, it is tax deductible. Let's not forget that. So
I've never heard of it. I'm so glad you brought this up. I got to hear this.
Kind of a confusing name. People probably thought they're from California, and they're like, you're from Minnesota.
I'll find a way.
Again, the fact that it was this locally produced, it's sold out. They should have got national distribution. The label was having issues with promotion, with money. It just kind of disappeared. So, so the second track is Zombies Like. There's great organ. There's some eerie, soft vocals, almost trance-like sounding. That goes into Cold Spider. Now we definitely get the Arthur Brown influence. There's screams, there's cries, there's organ. This all kind of swirls in the background. Next track is Underground Music. That's your basic psych track to start, but then it gets really wild with, and I'm not a guitar player, where you would have more once you hear it input on this, but weird sound effects, and it just whatever they were doing in the studio and using this equipment, it works on this. Kind of very acid trip like. So then we go into Sleepy Hollow Lane. That's a mellow psych track, but then again we kick in with the trumpet and the guitar. It just is unlike anything out there at the time. And what's cool about these songs is it sort of starts at one place, takes a little bit of a turn, and then goes back to the starting point. What is he saying? Yeah, portal to another universe. Yeah, it's another universe, all right.
Alex, excuse me. What did you say the second track was called?
The second track is called Colorado Morning.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So then we go to the sixth track. That's Smooth as Silk. That's sort of an upbeat track again, great organ and trumpet. And then we go back to the seventh track is part 2 of A Trip Through Hell. This adds female vocals. It brings in a really crazy vibe. It's chaotic. It's intense at the end. It's sort of, you feel like you've been through a trip to hell once this is done. So again, it's not spoken about enough unless you're in the inner circles and crazy psych groups like I am. But I highly recommend C8 Quintet. And like I said, the good thing is it has been reissued multiple times, so you can get a copy on CD or vinyl without breaking the bank. So that's my first pick.
Cool.
And Alex, what's the name of the
album?
album?
Awesome.
What's the name of the album?
A Trip Through Hell.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That album artwork, it looks like a heavy metal band from the 80s or something, that album cover.
100% it does, sure.
It's like, is that like Praying Mantis or something? That's what I thought it was. I'm like, I didn't know Praying Mantis was around in 69. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
Has that look to it. All right, Christina. That's a cool pick. I know Alex is going to keep picking.
Amazon's got it on the listening thing.
Wow, okay. Wow, I did not expect that. Good Rats. Wow.
The Good Rats.
I love that band, but yeah.
Cool.
That's a weird album for them. They changed their direction after that. But yeah, wow, I didn't think anyone was going to pick that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They are a weird band. They are a crazy weird band.
And but it's good. I like it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right. They are released on Cap Records, founded in 1964. But I think they had a lot of changes before they did this album on 69. That's what I've been studying. Was produced by Rod McBrien, but it's Brien. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's like gritty garage psych blends of hard rock. It's like kind of everything. Every song kind of sounds different. It's fun. It's fun, quirky, popular in Long Island. But it had some momentary fame, but not much. They say it's the best band you probably never heard of, but we've all heard of it. You know what I mean? So it's not that rare, you know. So there was a Pepe Marcello that did the vocals. He died in 2013. Mickey Marcello or Marcello, however I don't know if that H is pronounced. And he was guitar and vocals. Crazy Artie on bass. And Denny Ryan on drums. And they have a lot of horns, and there's session, and then nobody's mentioned on it, so I can't tell you who they are. They did shows until 83, until they broke up, but I think they had other changes too, maybe in the band. All right, so now for the songs, and this song here I dedicate to Bobo. It's "We Are the Good Rats," and they started out with the Three Stooges greeting. They go, "Hello, hello, hello." So they say it later on in the song. They're just like introducing themselves in that song. It's pretty good. It has a lot of changes in it. Then the second song is Joey Ferrari. They started with the car revving up. It's kind of about this guy, Joey, who's going places where he shouldn't be going, speeding around in his car. He's got a chip on his shoulder kind of deal. And then you got Forsake of Anyone. Now, this one I really love. It's very theatrical. And at the beginning, it starts with him talking about his daddy and his father, dying. And then he gets into, all his dad, how hard he worked. And I'm sorry, I'm hesitating. How hard he worked, and all he ever did was get abuse, apparently from his mother or maybe a stepmother. I'm not quite sure exactly what she is. And then it's at the end, it's spoken word about his mother crying, welcoming him home, and he's like, "Get away!" So that's that song. I love that song. Has a lot of changes in it. Then you got Anybody Got the Time. That's pretty good too. It's kind of has a jazzy sound. He's looking for his baby that never gave him a reason why she left. And they got good background vocals in that song too. And then this is another great one that I really love is My Back is Aching and My Mind's No Better. That's got a great bass line. It's a rocking song. And then they got The Hobo, which is all about a hobo. It's got driving in high energy. He's talking about how he's old, wild and free, and that he's a hobo. And then you got If You Stay With Me. Well, that's kind of like where the guy's saying it's got a great bass line, great guitar solo, but the guy's like telling his girl if she stays, they'll give her everything she needs and everything she wants. And then we got Gotta Get Back. I like the lyrics in that one. It's really good. It's like he's got to get back to the sweet life. It's got good harmonica in it, so I don't know who did that harmonica either. Then The Truth Is Gone. That has good keys in the beginning. At least that's what they sound like to me. It's got a great bass line. The lyrics are really good. The words are the same, but all the truth is gone. It's like he's telling his girl, she's like not telling him the truth no more, Then we got Family Portrait. This is another great one too. It's got bass line. It's got great horns. And he's talking all about her family and how she ain't good enough, how all her family has a problem. Every single one of her family has some kind of problem they hide. And they're telling him that he ain't rich enough and good enough for her. And then he ends it with saying about how he don't belong in her family portrait. And he says, I'm too good for you. So I like the way that one ends. And then there must be this bonus, because when it's not on my album, but there's some bonus track that they have on YouTube. It's called Stop, Look, and Listen. That's pretty good. Maybe it's on one of their other albums. I don't know. I have to study more of their albums to tell you the truth. I only really knew some of this one. And that's that. I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10 because I love it.
I only heard one song by them, and it was like 1974. It was called Tasty.
I like that song. There's a couple other good ones on that too. Yeah, Tasty's good. I like
they are
played that a lot back then.
They've got 12 albums ranging from 69 all the way up to 2016. There's been all sorts of the band now continues with Stefan Marcello. He played with Pepe for 23 years. I think it's his son.
Yeah.
So,
Like
I said, the drummer, he's not on this album. He joined them there's a big gap. Their second album, 74. So there's like a big gap between, I guess there was lineup changes, different drummer, because their long-term drummer after this album, Joe Franco, he played on Love Is for Suckers by Twisted Sister.
He's crazy.
Now he's actually going out on tour with them now. Yeah, he's a
good drummer.
And they toured with Twisted Sister throughout the 70s. They were good. There was actually a song on one of their albums, I believe 78. They had an album called From Rats to Riches. There's a song on there that they wrote it for Twisted Sister, but Twisted Sister turned it down for their lyrics because, I'm not going to say what the lyrics are. It's pretty bad, but yeah. Did
Crazy Arnie, the bass player, play on Tasty?
The same bass player?
Yeah.
It's funny because their
first album all get solos and Tasty.
Because their first album doesn't have a Wikipedia page of its own.
I'm on Discogs right now. I can look that up. His name is Crazy Artie.
He name checks everybody on the song Tasty.
Because he's saying in the song Crazy Artie.
Hang on a sec.
Couldn't play
right here.
Tasty, so we got rid of him. So I was wondering.
Bass is Lenny Kotke.
On the first album or on Tasty?
On
Tasty.
Okay, see, I'm not sure.
Crazy Artie was gone.
They mentioned that in that Tasty song about Crazy Artie couldn't play Tasty, so we got rid of him.
Is that what that's about?
The whole song's about getting rid of guys that can't play Tasty. Yeah, it's all about getting rid of the guys in the band that couldn't play Tasty.
Lawsuit, anybody? Defamation of character?
There's another good song too.
Yeah,
his son's singing it. He's like only 10 years old, maybe. His voice hasn't changed yet. Kids.
Frank Zappa never did that.
Not to ruin anything, but that Tasty album will probably be an honorable once we get to 74. I almost had it on my list.
I don't know about the album, but I sure like that little tune that they played on FM radio in Sacramento.
Heavy stuff on there too,
it's got Flo and Eddie. Flo and Eddie are on there too.
There's a song called "Fred Upstairs" and "Ginger Snapper."
Zappa connection.
I love that one. I love that song. Ginger
so
snappers.
stupid, but like, yeah.
What's
Clash
the one after
Mob,
Ginger
Phil
Snaps?
Flesh, like just weird.
What was
Yeah.
the one after Ginger Snaps?
And then
I don't
they
know.
had an album called Great American Music in 1981, and Bruce Kulick's the guitar player, who went on to be in Kiss, obviously. Yeah,
And
Cool.
Grand Funk Railroad.
had a few
And there was somebody
different
else too that went on to do
lineup
some
changes.
deals.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it was weird band. But yeah, Zebra and Twisted Sister they toured with heavily throughout the 70s before all those bands got signed. So
Cool.
well, I guess Good Rest was already signed, but yeah. So let's see, what am I going to go with for number 3? I tried to put this in
What
an
you
order,
got,
but
Sid?
it's tough to actually put them in an order. Where's Logan? He's supposed to go before me. That's okay. All right. So I figured, let me remove this stupid intro thingy because that's there.
It's 29 minutes.
Let me go with, yeah, Low Hanging Fruit here, first Zeppelin album. My
Low
favorite
Hanging
Zeppelin
Zeppelin.
album, actually. My favorite
on, that's
Zeppelin
awesome.
album. After that's probably Presence, maybe, or yeah, probably I would go Presence. But yeah.
Have you
for me-
ever imagined that everybody that was related to those people that were killed there looked at that album and went, "Oh, good, that's what I needed."
class action lawsuit? Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a clunker. It's the one song where I'm just like, as your time is gonna come. It's the whole part where they're just.
I
kind
love the organ on the beginning. You can't tell where it's going to go. John Paul Jones is just everywhere. You don't even know what he's going to do.
Like musically, it's fine, but just it kind of drags on with that whole chanting thing. It sounds like a church choir at the one part where they're just kind of chanting along, and it's just like, okay. Well, but then it goes into like the Black Mountain Side thing, which is like the cool little acoustic piece. I thought that was actually pretty cool. But yeah, like it starts off with Good Times, Bad Times. That heavy riff comes in. That damn. It's so simple, but it's just like, damn, what is this? So heavy for us. I mean, there was just as heavy stuff in '69, but that's pretty damn heavy for '69 as well. Just a simple, heavy riff. You hear that, and it's just amazing. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. That for me, that's got to be like one of the best blues ballads of all time. And Robert Plant, I don't think ever sounded better than he did on this. Like, I like Robert Plant, but I love how like aggressive and almost angry he sounds on some of this stuff. Like he's got the really more raspy vocal on this album more than it's just. And then to think of the stuff he did, like the Honey Dripper stuff, that's so far removed from this. Some of that stuff I don't mind, but like when compared to this, like this is just
The Sea of Love.
You Shook Me is just like a heavy, slow down blues. Well, I love that back and forth when he's almost doing like bird noises. It almost sounds like a bird when he's going back and forth between the guitar and his vocals. Dazed and Confused, of course. Even though, yeah, they got accused of like stealing a lot of this stuff from other musicians, especially Dazed and Confused. There was a song called I don't know if the song was called Dazed and Confused. I think it had another title. Was it called that?
The Yardbirds had that, but it was a different title, and Jimmy Page plays on it.
Yeah, well, you can't really steal from yourself.
That's where he started it. Yeah, he started his version there.
He didn't write it though.
Yeah. But there was like
an original blues tune by some black musician.
There was a singer named.
That's actually a white guy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There was a
I don't remember his name.
Offended anyone? I apologize.
No, you're good. There's a singer named Jake Holmes. I think he toured with Zeppelin, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And he had a song, and the opening line is even, "I've been dazed and confused for so long, I can't be sure." It's like, come on, you guys blatantly took the lyrics too, but whatever. I think it's a great song. They turned it. His is not as heavy, they completely changed it after that point, but they took kind of that whole opening thing. Then yeah, Your Time Is Gonna Come. It's kind of whatever. I didn't really like that one part of it, but I think the rest of the album, I think You Baby's amazing. How Many More Times? It just goes on for 9 minutes, but doesn't let up. It's rocking. And then come on, Communication Breakdown. That's early.
Yeah, to me, that's the first punk rock song.
Communication Breakdown.
Really heavy.
Punk, heavy metal. It's
heavy punk. Yeah, it's almost thrash, really, when you think about it.
How many times has that riff been used? Like, I've heard so many songs that use that. It's been Paranoid is basically Communication Breakdown too, isn't it?
No, not really. Paranoid is dun 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 dun.
Well, it's the same feel, though. It's the same exact feel.
That's the same tempo. Yeah.
Same tempo, same feel.
For me, one of the best.
We're getting nitpicky here now.
One of the best debut albums by any band, and that album artwork is just like simple, but yeah.
What about the song "How Many More Times"? What is that? They call me the Hunter. That's my name. Yes, he stole that from somebody.
I'm sure most, and I think
Helen
Yeah,
Wolf or
Alex.
something?
One of the Kings.
I mean, this is obviously a reissue, but didn't they get like
Albert
sued
King,
for not crediting Willie Dixon on
Yeah,
one
I
of
think
these
it might
songs or
be.
something? They didn't
Freddie
have like
King,
writing
Phoebe
credit on
King, one of the Kings.
it. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually, I can't remember who it is,
Yeah.
but yeah, the Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, yeah, a lot of these riffs probably do go back farther. Like, I'm giving them all the credit here, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't care. It still sounds good. Whether they took a lot of these from
Who
other people,
cares anyway?
everyone takes
That's
from everyone. Richie Blackmore said he took "Smoke on the Water" from some old piano piece and slowed it down because the original was just like "Dut, dut, 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 dut," and he kind of like removed some notes. But yeah, that's
Yeah, everybody
If Zeppelin
borrows.
wasn't successful, no one would care.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
the only
why
reason it's a
I
big
think
deal is
Zeppelin
because
never
Zeppelin
sued
made a lot of
anybody
money.
because like so many bands you'll hear like taking stuff. I've heard so many songs that sound like rock and roll. You'll see them going and suing people because it's just like, well, you guys kind of took
They don't like
they-
posting Led Zeppelin in my music group, and that has 42,000 people from all around the world.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't
Right.
like it.
Cool.
Wait for
And-
Logan to show up. Hopefully.
Don't overlook the fact that "Baby, I'm Gonna Leave You" is ground zero for the hair metal power ballad.
Basically, just bluesier and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Alex,
without the
you
tease
are,
hair
you are correct on that one.
and the chap. All right. Well, I guess Logan will have to do his when he gets here. I don't know if he's running late. All right. So Webb, you want to go to number 2?
Okay, well, I've been flip-flopping back and forth here because so everybody loves their second album and generally talks about that. And the best version of the band was the first 3 albums before a certain guitarist left and went solo. But I'm gonna put this one up because it introduced the world to one of my top 5 favorite guitarists of all time. So I'm going to do James Gang, Your Album.
Okay.
Joe Walsh is one of the best guitar players I've ever heard. I just love the way, I love his tone. I don't care. He's not flashy. But you listen to the James Gang live on Carnegie Hall and they go into those 12, 13-minute jams on Lost Woman and he plays some crazy stuff. But Your Album is good. It's got their version of Bluebird by Buffalo Springfield is amazing. It's doomy too, Alex. This the Bluebird version is very doom rock, slow. It's just unbelievable. And Lost Woman's on here, 9 minutes where they just go off and everybody gets a solo. Collage is one of the coolest slow ballad songs I've ever heard in my life. Each verse is a different color. And it's all, I mean, Joe Walsh wrote some really cool lyrics. He never gets any credit for his lyrics because he was, such a boozer, he turned into such a boozer and a crazy, guy that he was. But when he was young and hot like this, I mean, Pete Townsend thought he was the best, he named him the best American guitarist, in 69, 70, and Jimmy Page loved him and everything. And I don't mind when guitar players are sloppy. I mean, I love it when they're just, shooting from the hip and, so that's one of the reasons I love Joe Walsh. Funk 48's on here, the prelude to Funk 49, which is, and Funk 49 is a rewrite of the riff. There's a cool song in here called Fred. I mean, this is just, if you don't know this album, and I'm sure this is somewhere in Cleveland. We need one of our Ohio people to say there's probably some fountain park somewhere in Cleveland, I bet. And but anyway, if you don't know this album, it's worth checking out. And I think Bill Simzik, this was one of his first producing, and of course he went on to produce. He stayed with Joe Walsh, through his whole career, and Eagles and all that stuff. So Your Album, 1960, and I think when they formed in 68. I think Joe Walsh was only like 18. So I mean, he's like 19, 20 years old right here. I think he's maybe. So, oh yeah, there he is right there. Look, the little kid. He's a kid. So worth checking out, Your Album. And then, of course, Rides Again is top 25 album of all time for me, probably. So
nice.
That's the one that gets all the love. Yep.
Cool.
That's it.
Man,
Rand.
I'm ashamed to admit it. I've never heard that record.
Yeah, James Gang is a band I've just never checked out. I need to check them out because I haven't listened to that.
I started with James Gang in concert. I bought it when I was in the Air Force, and it blew me away. I loved it.
That is a killer live.
I found out later that Lost Woman was a Yardbird song.
Like,
Yeah, that's a cover. Yeah, and it's good on here too. I mean, they really jam it on here too, just in the studio, instead.
Yeah.
Pete see you. What the fuck, Logan?
Oh, Logan.
There he is.
Oh, it's
Hello,
Easter egg.
hello.
You look like the
Logan,
little
Easter
boy
Bunny.
in-
I think, did
in
I forget to
the
send you
Christmas
the link,
Story.
Logan? I think
He
I
looks
did.
like the little boy in
See?
the Christmas Story.
He
You guys
does.
don't know. You guys don't know who
Christina.
Pete is? Come on.
Oh, shoot your eye out. Yeah.
Oh, he's Peter Cottontail.
Oh, there you go, Rand. Yeah, there you go.
Who was first?
Logan,
Alex?
did you see what I picked?
Yeah, James Gang, nice Webb. And Jethro Tull earlier. Yeah.
Okay, so you
You
saw
guys
it.
ready for mine? I got a little
Yeah, I heard
story
about
that
it.
goes with mine. I got a little story that goes with mine.
Yep. Oh, you did pick. Okay, I was wondering if anyone would pick that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't
Got
find
to.
mine.
Chicago
This is-
Transit Authority.
For me, this is the greatest Chicago album ever made. I love this album to death. Terry Kath blew my mind. The first time I heard him, now this is a story, okay? I'm at Eureka High. I just went to lunch, came back, and this guy named John Thompson, who plays guitar in the stage band, he's talking to Mr. Minky, the teacher, and they're listening to this record, and you can't barely hear it. And then all of a sudden, we got our instruments out. We're ready to play. Mr. Minky comes out, says, "We're not going to play our instruments today. Just leave them on the floor and put them in the case." And he plays this whole album from start to finish during the period.
Wow.
And we're just like, the guys were like that. The women or the girls were like, "What the hell is this?"
Trumpet.
They didn't like it at all. Not one girl liked it.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I mean, when I heard South California Purples and Robert Lamb sings, "I am he as you are me, and we are all together," I went, it's like the Beatles connection to Chicago Transit Authority. I had never heard of him. I didn't know Terry Kath from, when he played Introduction, I was just like, oh my God. People do this. I had no clue because I was raised on AM radio, and then country western. My parents were country western people, and and Ferranta and Tyker and those easy listening type things, and strings, Monty Body strings and stuff like that. So when I heard this, it just tore my freaking head off. I just couldn't believe how good it was. Chicago Transit Authority, every song is great. Liberation, the last tune. I'll just go ahead with this one.
It's like 12 minutes.
Last tune, Liberation. Terry Kath, I believe on a Gibson SG because it shows the picture, so I have to think that it's a Gibson SG custom. He plays in B flat and he hits a slide on it. He slides the string over in B flat, which becomes an F, goes E flat to F, and he gets a feedback that goes an octave high. To this day, I can't do that. So they must have changed the speed on the turntable, because the only time I can get feedback is if I'm in the key of A to do that. Once it goes up into B flat, it just will not do that feedback rise. But it sounds so cool the way he does it. The guy, he was a guitar god. And then I found out later, like people were saying to Jimi Hendrix, "What do you think about being the greatest guitar player ever played?" And he goes, "I don't know. Ask Terry Kath."
That's Terry Kath. Exactly.
Terry Kath, he idolized Terry Kath. And there's a song on here called Freeform Guitar, which people shit on from day one. That's just a Fender Stratocaster and a Fender Showman amp with no effects whatsoever. And Terry Kath just playing feedback with a whammy bar. It's just like, it's crazy, the sound. And it goes like over 6 minutes long. It's Freeform Guitar. Where are you? 649. But great. Every song a winner. If you were ever going to buy one Chicago album and thought they were too commercial, I say get this.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
Rand.
I like
Was,
5 too.
I don't.
And 3.
Yeah, Logan was saying, Jim, it's never been verified. That story has been used on like multiple guitar players. There's ones where he said it was apparently Billy Gibbons, Rory Gallagher. So I don't think there's really any video that shows him saying it was Terry Kath. I know he did.
I heard Jimi Hendrix said West Coast Dave is the best guitar player. So
Well, if he said Billy Gibbons, though, I mean,
Yeah, I think it was just a
he was
story.
dead in 71.
I
Yeah,
think
Hendrix
people
was
use
dead in
that.
'71, and ZZ Top's first album was '71. So I mean, I know they were
Yeah, who
around.
knows really, Webb? I
I
don't
think
know.
it was like journalists writing that just to hype up some of their favorite
Yeah.
guitar players, maybe because it's like they've said
I
the
could see
story about
Rory
like
or Terry being right, but yeah.
Yeah. Live at Tanglewood. I know you guys have seen the video live at
Oh my
Tanglewood
God.
on YouTube. Just watch Terry Kath. We'll watch them all, but Terry Kath on that might be some of the best guitar playing ever.
Yeah, they're adjusting Danny Serafine's drum set for some reason. Nothing was working for him. And Terry Kath just starts vamping on 25 or 6 to 4 on an A minor chord for like about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And he is just raring to go. By the time they're going, he is off to the universe. I mean, he blows everybody away on that song.
Yeah. People were just in awe watching him play.
I think that is probably the greatest rock solo ever, is the 25 to 6 to 4. And that was done on a Fender Stratocaster. I always thought it was an SG, but apparently it's that Strat. You got to see this show called In Search of, or the Terry Kath Experience, I think it's called. It's on Netflix, I think. Oh my God, it's so good.
You guys were talking. Rand was talking about South California Purples. That ending riff of that song is the same riff kind of as Behind the Wall of Sleep by Sabbath. So it's kind of funny, you know. And you guys were talking about the Beatles, you know, the I Want You, She's So Heavy thing influencing Sabbath. So I'm sure Tony was listening to that album, because if you listen to it, man, it's almost the same exact thing. So yeah, just want to put
check that out again. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the very ending riff, Rand, it's like down, 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 down. It's the same thing.
I gotta go listen to the both just to like compare. Okay,
I will. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I almost picked it, but I'm the opposite with that free form guitar part. I just skipped that. I'm just like, I don't know. That influenced me read for Metal Machine music. No, I'm kidding.
I just wonder why he didn't use reverb. I think a little bit of reverb might have made it sound better, but I think he just wanted to go, you know what? I'm just going to show you what a Strat can do in an amp.
But it's too long. Isn't it like 4 or 5 minutes? Like
6, I think.
6, yeah. So he could have been like just a
6:49. I just looked it up.
Almost 7.
That's crazy.
I'm fine with it because I like feedback. I even made my own video with the Strat and feedback and stuff, and I was just holding it in the air and letting it bounce back and forth.
So Logan, since you missed do you want to just give your first two? Or wait, no, this would be your first one because then we'd have to go. Okay, give your first pick.
Let him do 2.
Well,
yeah, just do your first one, then we'll go to Alex, and then we'll go back to him for his second one.
All right, I'm double dipping from '68, man. Got to have this album.
'69.
Right. Well, this band started in '68.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
I picked them last time, so
I know
we're gonna pick them again. Yeah, and they had 3 albums in 1969.
Oh yeah,
so, and all 3 of them were killer, man.
We know.
Yeah,
we know.
But yeah, this is my favorite one of the band's 7 albums they have.
Yeah,
Bayou Country by CCR, man.
Yeah, it's my favorite too.
Yeah, you know, everybody knows "Born on the Bayou," right? That's the big hit on the record. Probably the most Southern rock anthem for a band from California, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I love it.
It's their longest song, Graveyard Train, right? Isn't that their longest song?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I love Graveyard Train. It's like 8:32, and it doesn't bore me really. You know, I know it's just like a slow blues thing, but I just love the vibe it gives off. It's really creepy, and we could play it for a Halloween show actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, but
Keep on Chuglin's on there too, right?
Keep on Chuglin's, the side 2 ender. I always love that song. It's got great. I mean, Fogerty's guitar playing, like I said last week, pretty much when he played. I think he played an ES 335 all the time. I just love the tone.
That's a unique song because he never changes chords. He just stays on that one chord.
Yeah, it's the one chord, right? And like Stu Cook's just playing that kind of like bass, the one note bass, but it works, man. I mean, it keeps you interested the whole time. You know, it's just kind of like a driving song. You know, just a steady beat. And
it feels like a train.
Yeah,
live.
Yeah,
Keep on Chuglin live though goes crazy on their whatever those live ones from 7 years.
Like live in Europe or something.
Yeah, and there's 2 in Berkeley, and they keep you on.
Yeah, Berkeley's good too. Yeah,
is awesome.
But yeah, I mean every song on this record's killer. I guess I didn't mention Proud Mary. That was the other huge hit for the band. Probably their first big hit that Fogerty wrote, I would say. And yeah, I mean, my favorite song has always been a cover on this record. know it's kind of odd, but Good Golly Miss Molly, the leads the lead
They
guitar
rocked
that Fogerty does
hell up,
on that song,
Little
man, that's
Richard.
just
So
awesome.
sure like the ball. She sure likes
Little
yeah.
Richard.
He takes 2 leads, man, and those leads are like part of the reason I even wanted to start playing. You know, just hearing them leads. I kind of learned them a long time ago. I don't know if I could play them now. My ears are falling off, man. I'm ruining the illusion. But yeah, I mean, I might as well mention Bootleg, another great track.
Bootleg.
I
I love
It's
Bootleg.
awesome, right?
Yeah, I love it.
And Penthouse Poppers, the other track I didn't mention yet, and that's a great
great
kind
song.
of bluesy hard rock song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always had that kind of bluesy hard rock kind of thing going on certain tunes on their records. So yeah, I mean, I love it, man. 7 tunes, the best thing they ever did, I would say. So
Another psychedelic cover. Again, the psychedelic cover on an album that's not psychedelic.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Alex, what's your second one?
All right. So, on certain days, and if I'm in certain mood, this could be my favorite, but it's going to land at number 2. Okay. I'm glad we mentioned Doom, but in the context of a song here and there, and I'm glad Black Sabbath was brought up. I'm going to talk about a band in 1969 that created Doom, occult rock, and to some degree heavy metal, and that is Coven.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I remember them.
Well, I'm gonna steal something from Rand. Mind blowing, right? I'm gonna use
They
that.
never
with
got on the radio. Nobody would ever play them.
Well, and I'll get into that why too. So this is called Destroys Minds and Reaps Souls, right? Mm-hmm. So that's not a peaceful looking cover in 1969 with Flower Power. So this is, and keep in mind, this is the band that formed in Chicago, because there are several bands using this name over the years. But so they lasted from 67 to 75. Then they got back together in 2007, and they're still kind of doing stuff and have toured recently. So this is Psych, this is Acid, Occult, like I said, and Proto Metal and Doom. This is their debut record. And listen to this information. This is very important. Recorded in February of 1969. Released in June of 1969. Black Sabbath recorded their album in October of 69 after this came out, and that was released in February of 1970. And here's why I say that, because the first track on this album is called Black Sabbath.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Now,
it's on Spotify too. Yeah.
Let's go into this even more. The bass player, his name is Michael Gregory Osborne. Credited as Oz Osborne.
Wow.
Holy shit. This is awesome.
I didn't know all that. I knew, I've heard that. I didn't know all that.
I'm here to teach the world. This is why I'm glad you have me on. I love this stuff. So, and also, and no disrespect to my man Dio, who I worship, who says he was the first to do this. Take a look at that back cover, because there are the horns for the first time. Okay,
that's satanic. That's all satanic. That whole album is Satan.
I'm going to get into that. I'm a child of Satan, so I'm ready to explain all of this.
God.
There's the sacrifice happening.
Oh my God.
There's the lyrics with satanic symbols.
I love the titles. I love these titles. I'm looking at them, Alex.
Trust me. Give me some time here, because I'm going into all of this. So first of all, this is female fronted band, right? Jinx is the singer. Yeah. And so all these years later, all the Doom bands we have, from a Lucifer to a Wind Hand to a Blood Ceremony, they all name check this band and this singer. It's very, very important. And I love Sabbath, worship Sabbath. But what they did was subtle compared to what this is. This is full on occult and satanic lyrics and themes, right? So the reason a lot of people don't know about this is the Manson murders happened in August of 69. Mm-hmm. Boom. This was get this off the shelves, right?
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
And you certainly weren't going to have these songs on the radio, even if it wasn't, because Helter Skelter is one thing. That's the Beatles. Coming from a band like this, that looks like this, that has this imagery, no. So, and the reason I bring up Black Sabbath is the opening line of the first album. What is this that stands before me? Mm-hmm. That's vague. If they were doing it, they would say, Satan is in front of me. That's how in your face they were with this stuff, right? So first song, Black Sabbath, as I mentioned. Here's what it would sound like. Grace Slick fronting Black Sabbath. You have the essence of what this band is, right? She has the pipes. It has maniacal laughs from her at the end, some crazy guitar notes. And sorry, Webb, for saying you're a guitarist. I remember a discussion on Grant's Warehouse, and there was all this guitar talk, and I just assumed. So you're a drummer, my man. So here is some of the lyrics for this opening song. Infant's flesh they did offer for the prince to devour. Covens join, all combine, power strong, thoughts align. I was born in a. How do you know that? That's true. Watch the documentary. So this goes into the second song, White Witch of Rose Hell.
Yeah.
If this were just played on the radio at that time, you would say, wow, this is going to be a hit. When you listen to what is being said, that's why it didn't happen. Jinx uses a soft voice, but she has some grit to it. There's cool percussion. I mean, this is a really cool song. That goes into Coven and Charing Cross. Now, this we get into full-on occult rock, which will come many, many decades later. Jinx at her full powers. Lyrics. They danced ecstatically. They orgied frenetically. The demon had arisen from the circle. Wait, you're not going to let me do my incantation, man.
I got the lights off. I knew you were going to pick this.
The demon has arisen from the circle on the floor. The chanting was louder and much more piercing than before. Again, they're not pulling any punches here. Now, fourth track is called, ready, Van Halen fans? For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
where Sammy got it from, man.
Right? Now, this has full vocals from...
It's an old law term.
That comes from England, that phrase.
It is an old law term, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, dual vocals now, Jinx with Jim Donlinger, who's the guitarist. They kind of play back and forth. Again, very Jefferson Airplane-like, great song. Track 5. Now we're going to get even deeper. Packed with Lucifer. This showcases her vocals, but it brings that grit, that heavier tone. I love it. 7, a little bit more of a Black Sabbath connection again. Now this is Wicked Woman. Now I know their track was Evil Woman, a Crow cover, but still a similarity there. Track 8, great song, a song called Dignitaries of Hell, right? So in this song, they say Beelzebub the Prince is second in line. Astaroth the Duke is drunk with wine. Astaroth is a biblical archdemon for those that aren't, part of this community. Lucifuge, right? Before Danzig used that term. Prime Minister handles affairs. And then they say General Satana Chia, who was the chief, a commander-in-chief of Satan's army, firmly stares. So again, they're not pulling punches. This for 1969. If I were telling you this is an 80s Candlemass album or something like that, you'd say, okay, this is 1969 female-fronted band. So then let's culminate with the last track, which is Satanic Mass. It is a 13-minute spoken word piece, which is an satanic initiation of a young girl. She pledges her allegiance to Satan. She denounces God. It starts with this altar bell that rings 9 times to evoke the spirit of Satan. Then there's a group chant incantation. Then the high priest enters. He takes command. He performs the ceremony. And at the end, the first recorded use on a music album of Hail Satan is spoken.
Wow. Cool. I think it's cool.
It's stupid, and I'll pass.
So here's what's interesting.
Probably like the most normal people too.
I'll never listen to this record or that band ever.
So that's where I'm headed. This is all just a show, right? They in 72 and 74 they put 2 more albums. They're basic rock albums. They got lost in the shuffle. They got back together. They still do some touring. If you want to dive deeper into their discography, they put out this fantastic box set on both vinyl and on CD with all of their albums, bonus material, unreleased. So again, this is just what will become in the 80s prominent with bands like Slayer, Motley Crue, and using all this satanic imagery. And all it was their gimmick at the time. But it has to be name checked in everything that came after it because it's a landmark album that became legendary in the heavy metal circles all these years later. So,
Yeah.
So that's my speech. So first I took you on a trip through hell, and then I gave you the witchcraft. So wait till you see what's coming up for number 3 or number 1, I should say.
I'm gonna pick the Marilyn
In
Manson.
Good Friday and Easter, this is wonderful.
Easter.
Logan's scared now.
Oh, by the way, Jinx's real name is
hurt
Esther.
Logan's rabbit ears.
What's Jinx's real name, Rand?
Esther.
Yeah, cool.
What? Logan's gonna get thrown into that fire. He's the Easter Bunny.
Alex is
Yep.
in front of me.
The power of
This
good
dog is
getting
my
outweighed.
Bible. That's how I find things out.
Walk your back around Alex now, Logan. Yeah, but they're probably like the most normal, like cool people, right?
I know Jinx. I think I've never done a deep dive into history. I think she is into kind of the Wiccan culture and so forth. I don't want to put words out there that aren't true, but it seems like they're. But the one guy they brought in for that album was brought in specifically kind of to ramp up this whole theme. Yeah.
Hey, they get away with it in horror movies, right? So it's just like whatever. It's yeah. Well, look at Alice Cooper was kind of. It's no more. I mean, yeah, they went. It's even more extreme. But Alice Cooper, dead babies, and I Love the Dead. So it's really not that. Yeah.
Old Ethel.
And again, he got the same. He got the same treatment, right? People showing up, protesting shows and stuff like that. So. Yep. But again, it's theater. People read too much into it. And then King Diamond obviously started doing the whole thing as well. But so
King Diamond is a practicing Satanist, versus Nikki Sixx, who just wanted to shout at the devil, and then he went to Theater of Pain. So
in '87, I loved Abigail. I listened to that album almost every day for about a month.
Nice.
That's my favorite solo album of his. Yeah.
Cool.
Loved it.
Christina, you gonna shock us again?
Cool. Debut.
Wow. Okay.
Mott, yeah.
I do love that Mott the Hoople. Wow. Okay. Nice.
Oh, that is a cool record.
Getting some deep ones here.
Yes, I love this.
That's a cool record. What is that? Is that a frog?
They're chameleons, aren't they?
I thought it was lizard. No,
that's a lizard. Yeah.
That's what I thought. It was a lizard. I think it's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. We got some history on this one. It was produced by Guy Stevens, 1969 in the UK, 1970 in the US.
Yeah.
It's got a raw rock sound, and it's got Dylan-like lyrics, because that's the producer kind of let him that way, which is okay. I enjoy it. That cover is a production of M.C. Escher's lithograph called Reptiles, which is notable because Escher previously refused a request from Mick Jagger to use his artwork for the Stones' Let It Bleed cover.
Okay, wow.
So and Lester Bangs gave it a great review in the Rolling Stone. Ian Hunter, we got on the vocals and piano. We got Mick Rouse on the guitar. We got Verdon Allen on organ. Pete Overend on bass. That's his nickname, Overend. Dale Buffin is nicknamed Griffin on drums. All right, You Really Got Me is just a cover of the 1964 Kinks, but they turn it into an instrumental, and it's pretty heavy rock. I got more piano in it. I really enjoy it. If you like that song to begin with. And then you got At the Crossroads, which is like a reflective song with aggressive undertones about leaving his girl. And then you got Laugh at Me, which is a Sonny Bono cover. It was Sonny's only solo hit. And they turned it into a harder rock song. And it's kind of about the right to be different. And I guess Ian liked it because it meant he's different because wearing his sunglasses. But how many bands wear so many guys sunglasses on?
Everybody.
So I don't know how different that holds true, Then we got Backsliding Fearlessly. That's a slower, folky flavor, melancholic sound. You got soulful horns. The that contrasts with the verse because the verse is like harder. It's a rewrite of Dylan's song. They say of the times they are changing. I don't know. Do you hear that in that?
I mean, Ian Hunter is a big Dylan fan. Even in the vocals, not as, I don't want to say whiny, but he's not as like nasally as Dylan. He's kind of
No.
has that voice, but not totally. But yeah, he is very influenced by them, just in his lyrics and his vocal style. But
okay. And the organ work is done by who else? But I've talked about him 3 times now. Al Cooper, who produced the first three Leonard Skinner albums, and also played "Long Hot Summer Night" on the Jimi Hendrix album, "Electric Ladyland." He played the piano on that song. So he's just coming.
He also produced the first Tubes album.
Yes, he did.
Coming up everywhere. Well, we ain't there yet, right? In the Tubes, but he keeps coming up though, doesn't he?
That's a ways up.
That's a ways up.
It's solo.
This one's great. Rock and Roll Queen.
yeah,
It's written by Mick Ralphs, and he was influenced by the Stones, supposedly. I love the bass, and it's a standout track. The lyrics are simple. You're a rock and roll queen, and I'm your rock and roll king. Star, I mean. Then we have, here you go, Logan, for you, Rabbit Foot and Toby Time.
Talk about my feet. Whoa, that's messed up.
she got a foot fetish. No, I'm
Oh
kidding.
God, no!
I need to listen to this. Actually, this album, to be honest with you guys.
Toes are gross. Toes are gross.
Toes are gross.
It's a pleasant, fast-paced instrumental. So there you go, Logan. You'll enjoy that. Then,
Sounds good.
Then there's this song called Half Moon Bay, which is over 10 minutes. It's got a mid-tempo. It's a progressive rock. One for Rand there. He likes it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They say it's a tour de force of musical textures and evocative lyrics. Then the last one is Wrath and Roll, which is another revved up instrumental jam.
Nice. A lot of instrumentals on there, huh?
Yeah. I think I forgot to mention that one song. Which song was it? Ian Hunter wrote the one song. He wasn't really he didn't really write a lot. Which one was that? Did I miss it? When I find it, I'll let you know. I know that's in my notes somewhere. Go ahead, I'll find it. It'll take me a while, knowing me. I must have missed it somewhere. Where did I miss that? My pages are stuck together. Go ahead, Logan.
Logan, you want to do your second one?
Yeah. So I figured this made a lot of sense since I have a shirt of this album, the cover. I think I have to have it on the list if I have a shirt
What it is
of the album. It's not Stand Up. That. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. When you got a shirt of an album cover, I think you know you really like the album a lot. So, yeah, this is Grand Funk's second album.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it too right here. I got the couple remasters they did, but yeah, the Red Album people call it, but it's really Grand Funk. This is their second record. They made 2 albums in 1969, and actually, I think this one released at the tail end of the year on the 31st. So yeah, or 29th. So it's pretty close. So I got lucky that they put this out. But I probably would have picked it for 70 either way. Yeah,
I was gonna say pick it for 70 then.
But yeah, when I was first getting into hard rock and stuff, I knew their hits. All the big songs they did. A lot of the AM radio, like Bad Time and Some Kind of Wonderful and all that kind of stuff. I kind of got into that stuff first myself. But then when I heard like this, from the first song, Got This Thing on the Move, it just like, I always say this, it punches you in the face, man. I mean, that's a killer track, and it doesn't let up. The whole album is just high energy rock and roll. It's pretty long. It's almost 50 minutes, like their first album. So they didn't spare any expense, in the studio. I mean, they just went in there, and there's very little production probably values, I would say, on a record like this. They just plugged in and played, and I think it's kick ass because of that. I know their manager at the time. He was their producer too. Apparently, producer, I say with quotations, Terry Knight. Because I think really the band just kind of plugged in and recorded. So he didn't really do much besides screw them, but that's a story for another day.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to, it's hard to pick songs. All these songs are awesome, man. Mark Farner's a killer guitar player. It's basically the same kind of setup as Cream, really, because you got a great drummer, a great bassist, and a great guitar player. One of the best power trio lineups ever to me. And I'm probably biased too because they're from Flint, so they're from Michigan. I gotta represent a little bit, right? But yeah, I got this thing on the move. I love that middle part of that song when it gets really kind of. It breaks the song up because it's got this it's got this kind of funk groove going on throughout most of it, but then it breaks into this really heavy part, and Farner's doing a lot of leads at the top of the neck. And Mel is a great bass player too. I mean, he's just doing a lot of tasty stuff. And this is one band, especially early on, you cannot say I can't hear the bass because he was freaking awesome, man. But yeah, please don't worry.
Bass.
Well, and here's another thing. Please don't worry. That's kind of the first song where you can hear Mark and Don Brewer both singing together on a track like that. Because I think Don sung a lot more of the tracks later on compared to. I know they switched quite a bit, but this one's a lot of Mark.
Are You Ready on the first album?
Yeah, so yeah, he sings a little bit on the first couple records, but I think Mark does the majority on this one.
I prefer Mark.
Highfalutin Woman. That's like a boogie rocker with the piano. I always like that song. Mr. Limousine Driver is awesome. It's got that really heavy build up and kind of like a shuffle thing, which I thought was cool. But yeah, the last, probably side 2, I think it's side 2, starts with In Need. Or no, it's the last song on side 1. In Need's freaking awesome, man. That's always been one of my favorite Grand Funk album or songs. Just got a great jam in the middle, and then the band breaks off, and Mark just, I think it's one of Mark's best leads because I just love what he's doing. Basically, just doing a lead like if it was a live show. It's just awesome the way he plays like that, and I love the energy. It's like you can hear the guys yelling and shit in the background of the track, which it just adds to the live feel to it. But yeah, "Winter in My Soul" is a good tune. It's probably one of my least favorites, probably on the record, I guess, if I had to pick one. But the last 2 songs that's what makes this worth really having. Because Paranoid, I guess we're talking about Sabbath a little bit more, huh? This is the song. Yeah, this is a song before Sabbath's Paranoid, and it just kicks ass, man. I love everything about it.
That's probably my favorite track on that album.
It might be mine too, Rand. I love that song, man. Yeah. Everything about it. When I was younger, that wah that Mark plays, it just sounds like a Jaguar or something killing you,
You know what? His Messenger guitar had a fuzzbox switch on it, right where he could just move it while he was playing. And so that's how he goes from that clean sound to that really fuzzy sound. He just clicks this little switch and he's gone. And when he hits the walnut pedal, that's what gives it that really cool sound, and you can hear it even better on a live album.
Yeah, no, a lot of these songs, I guess you could say. Me and Sidney, we talked to DC about the best songs. We did the best songs about Grand Funk with DC, and he kind of was mentioning that because the live album was his first kind of foray into the band and everything, and they're his favorite band probably. So, but yeah, and then it ends with a cover of the Animals' "Inside Looking Out," which, if you ever listen to the Animals version, I like it, and I love Eric Burden's vocal, but this just destroys that completely.
Yeah, it's not even close.
They make that their own.
It's a Grand Funk song now at this point.
Yeah, because they still play it. It's a live staple. And I just love this album, man. Great, hard, heavy rock, and influenced a lot of metal and things to come in the 70s.
Yeah, they do call that the Red Album too.
Yeah.
Yep, the Red album.
By the way, that's the beginning of dropping the railroad on their albums. They don't bring it back, I think, until that one they did with Frank Zappa in '76.
Oh yeah, good singing, good playing, right?
Good playing. I think that's when they brought back the railroad.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now.
They were off track all that time.
Well, Eat Blue Brewers Funk has it.
That's great.
So a couple,
oh, really?
Yeah.
And then they go back to Grand Funk again for Phoenix. So there's like one random one between that where they put the railroad back. But yeah.
Deep Service Funk is so heavy.
Yeah. But that's, yeah.
I can't wait till we get to 71.
Yeah. So with that, Logan's stealing my thunder here, but that's all right. Same band, different album. Their Grand Funk debut album. Or I'll get, since I don't actually own this, I'll show the image of it. Yeah, I know. Once we get some of these later years, I'll actually own these. YouTube is my, I was probably listening to this on YouTube like 5 times the other day. That album cover probably wouldn't fly nowadays. The way
No, it would not.
Dressed up.
Not with the indigenous.
Not like any of them are actually native Indians, right? So I don't know. Well, I don't know that for sure, but yeah. I don't know if Mark Farner or any of these guys were, but yeah. Interesting album cover. Very 60s looking. But I removed this. Basically for the same reason Logan loves the Red album. Just solid, heavy, bluesy, hard rock. And see, Logan's got it. There you go. He's on time today, for once.
Well, I was off.
You're off
on time. I get it.
Yeah, like the songs on here, like to me, this is like you could almost call this early heavy metal, really, if you really want to go there.
It's pretty hard rock.
If you're calling early Sabbath heavy metal, you can call this early heavy metal because there's some stuff on here like High on a Horse. It's short, but holy shit, that song is heavy. High on a Horse is probably the heaviest song on here. But then you got like Are You Ready? Just starts it off. That's just a fun rocker. I think that is that Dawn on vocals? I think it is. Or is that
That's
Mark?
what Rand said. Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that might be the only one he's on this one.
Yeah. Are You Ready? I think is the only one he's singing.
Yeah.
You know what I really like about On Time, man? The last couple songs are really kind of underlooked. You know, I love them last 3 tunes on it.
Well, yeah, Can't Be Long and Up and Downs. They're probably the weaker.
Can't Be Too Long is my favorite song on that album.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to do a cover version of that with my keyboards and have Mellotron on that. I think that would be cool if I could get it together and sing it.
Wow.
I love Mark Farner. He taught me how to play guitar because of me.
And he's a phenomenal vocalist. Holy crap. He's got such a strong, like soulful voice. And
he can still do it now. He can still sing like that now.
Solo album and stuff. This is a band where I wish Mel and Don would just get their act together and reunite with Mark. It's like, come on, like you're holding on to grudges for no stupid.
Yeah, Mark said he's ready anytime. All they got to do is just ask him, and they won't.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Didn't they have? I think again here comes then Bruce Kulick. He was in Grand Funk. I think when they had like 3. Didn't they have like 2 guitar players? And
it took 2 guitar players to take the place of Mark Farner. What does that tell you?
Plus a vocalist. Didn't they have like some other guy singing too with them or something? It's like 3 guys.
I gave up
the lineup.
When I found out what they were doing to Mark, I gave up.
Yeah.
That's the lineup I've seen, though. I mean, they're still pretty good, man.
It's good.
I saw him with Mark in 1997 at the Santa Clara Fair for $7.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what they have against Mark because
that was like their last show.
So I don't know. Again, Are You Ready? Starts it off. There's cool piano work in here too as well, which Mark's also playing. He plays piano, harmonica, vocals, guitar. He's a phenomenal.
It's
just a great album all the way through. I'd probably give it like a 9.5 out of 10. The only one that Ups and Downs. I wouldn't say it's a weak song, but like it's still a solid song. But it's probably the only thing that makes it not be a 10 for me. But like the rest of it is just amazing. Even I know Logan's probably not a big fan of TNUC. Think about what that is backwards. But
I think actually, not gonna lie, that's probably one of the better drum solos
because I know you're not big on
instrumental. But what about Into the Sun is really good too. I love that too.
Yeah, like of course that's like it's funny. I saw that title. It took me. I don't know how the hell I didn't notice what that is, but yeah, people think about it. TNUC. What does that spell backwards? Yes,
I didn't know.
Lyrically, it's all about like a very bad woman or whatever. He's kind of you'll hear it in the song lyrically, but yeah, there's even at one point they threw like this really heavy version of the Born to Be Wild riff. Like there's a part where you can hear it, but it's really like heavy and distorted. And then then Don goes off for like 5 minutes doing a drum solo. Just crazy. It was like air drumming to that when I played it. Sitting there on the couch listening to it, air drumming. And it's phenomenal. I don't mind drum solos on albums, but if that's not your thing, then I can see people not liking that song. But I think it's great. Like it really shows off the
musicianship. Pretty energetic though too.
It's just amazing. And then Heartbreaker's like a slow bluesy one, right? Like that song is just phenomenal. I'm not gonna go through like every song, but like Heartbreaker's another one. Like I said, there's like the slow bluesy stuff on here. There's
at the end, they speed it up. That's what's really cool about that song is they change the tempo and really get going. It's kind of like Stairway to Heaven in that way.
Turns that fuzz on, right, Rand? You know that power.
Yeah, it's slow. Like it's just gonna be this ballad, and you're like, okay, is this gonna just be the same thing for 4 minutes? But then it picks up, and the solo kicks in. You're like, holy crap! Yeah, it's just the whole album is just phenomenal. And like I said, the highlight for me though is probably High on a Horse, and it's the shortest song. 2 minutes and 35 seconds, but like you can't go wrong with anything on here. Time Machine's kind of a cool one. I don't everything on here. Single, but like to me, this is for me again. I've picked 2 debut albums here, so but 2 solid debut albums so far with that one.
Yeah, this band put out 2 albums per year for the first 4 or 5 records. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah,
Time Machine was actually the debut single. That's actually on the greatest hits of theirs that I have. So, but
I think High on the Horse was the B-side, I believe.
So. It's always a heavy song. That's the B-side. That's how it always was. You have like the more pop. I wouldn't really call Time Machine poppy, but like radio friendly song, right?
Yeah.
So,
Rolling Stone did this band no favors. They hated them.
Yeah,
they hated a lot of it
because they jammed too much. Rolling Stones just wanted straightforward.
Yeah, they hated Zeppelin too.
They weren't open-minded to any kind of like exploration.
Any song over 3 minutes is like, oh my god, what are you guys doing?
You told they hated Zeppelin. They hated everybody.
Yeah.
They hated prog rock. Rand knows that. They hated prog rock.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Grand Funk never got on the radio until I'm Your Captain.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I can't hear them playing. Got this thing on the move on the radio.
Not even Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker didn't get on, and no, they had no singles on the radio till I'm Your Captain. That just changed everything.
Yeah.
And that's Mark's favorite song. They asked him one time, what's your favorite of all the songs you wrote? And he goes, oh, I'm Your Captain by far.
Cool. Webb, you're number 2.
Well, that is my last one.
What?
3.
Yeah, we're doing 3. So this is my,
Or sorry, 3. Yeah,
we're done. I mean, this is the last round.
Your third one. You're 2 all over again.
No. So I mean, Zeppelin 2 is probably my favorite album of the. I'm not going to talk about Zeppelin 2. Let It Bleed is maybe their best album for Stones fans, and then Miles Davis in the Silent Way might have started like jazz fusion and things like that, and I mean, and that's one of my favorite albums. Yeah, there you go. I mean, but I'm not going to pick any of those. So I'm going to pick one that I think a lot of us know it's a good record, but I think it might have been their 3rd record. I think they might have started in 67, or maybe they had 2 albums in 68. But this album came out in 69. I think it was up for a Grammy. It's got a 13-minute blues jam on it that I thought was a cover of James Brown, and it's not. And I had to go back and listen to it. It's just the instrumental, and they just show off. But this album, I think, did really well, and I mean, it sold well, and I think it brought like soul and funk into the mainstream. Stand by Sly and the Family Stone.
Okay.
And I mean, Stand is a killer song. I'm not going to read the title of number 2.
Are you gonna pick that one for tomorrow, Webb?
I gotta look this up now.
I want to take you higher.
I'm going to take you higher. That's the only.
Well, come on. There's 5 radio songs on here. Somebody's watching you. Sing a simple song. Everyday People is the best song about why don't we all just get along? Who cares what color? I mean, that said a lot in 1969.
Okay, yeah. Let's not play this song.
Yeah, Everyday People is awesome. I mean, it's one of the happiest songs ever. It's just like, who cares how we look? We're all the same, right?
Yeah.
And then Sex Machine is 13 minutes and 50 seconds. And it's not James Brown Sex Machine. It's just a jam. And, Larry Graham goes off on the bass. Greg Errico was one of the funkiest drummers ever. And he never gets enough credit, I don't think. And then the last song is You Can Make It If You Try. I mean, that's another rate, these little 3.5 minute, just perfect soul funk pop songs. And I think they probably peaked here. I know There's a Riot Going On is after this, and that gets a little too political and things like that. And then Sly kind of fell apart with too much booger sugar or white powder or whatever you want to call it.
Ruby
and he just went off the rails, right? But I think they peaked here. I mean, their first three or four albums are great, but this album, it was in the mainstream, and yeah, I am pushing the positive vibes, yeah. And but if you haven't gone back and listened to this, or you don't say, well, I don't know if I like all this. Just go back. I mean, it's got horns. I mean, these guys were top-notch musicians, and if you see any live footage of them from around this time, I mean, they were.
The Woodstock stuff is phenomenal. He's controlling a crowd of 500,000 people with his voice.
I mean, he was a true leader. I mean, when he was on. I mean, he could, like you said, like Rand, he could 500,000 people. And the documentary that they redid, that the drummer for Questlove redid it, and it got released like in 2023, and it was up for Oscar and stuff like that. It might have won. And I can't remember the name of that live album, but Sly and the Family Stone headlined that. It took place in New York in 69. It got overshadowed by Woodstock, but that, whatever the name of that title is, the name of that documentary is awesome to see too, and see all the artists on there. But they're like the headline group there, and it's just wonderful. So I'm giving some love to Sly Stone, and Miles loved him. Herbie Hancock loved him. He named a song called Sly on Headhunters, which was the Sly. I mean, he was one of the original leaders, and like I said, he had a good message for everybody. So, and they nailed it on this album. So,
and let's not forget one other influence.
Yeah,
there's no Prince without Sly, right? And also in what he did with multicultural and races and sexes in the band. He didn't care who you were, what you looked like, where you came from. If you could play, you're in the band. And we won't go into the title track too, but that was also a very important statement at that time with what was going on in the United States. He went out on a big limb to put that track on that album. So yes, it went off the rails down the road, but man, what an absolute genius for sure.
Right. And stand, if you listen to the lyrics, it's about this standing up for what you believe in, and stand up for what you got. You gotta hear, let your voice be heard, because there was a lot going on in that time. Yeah. I didn't know, because I just got born that year, but Christina was, she was in. Well, you were young, but Rand was definitely in it. I mean,
I was watching it on my news every night.
Yeah,
so all those riots.
Yeah, and so
let's not act like we won't get political in here, but let's not act like that song couldn't be played right now and have the same meaning that it did all those years ago, right?
100%, Alex. 100%.
I only know I want to take you higher. It's the only, and I love that song. I just never. It's not a
No, these guys were just good, and they
were checking out. Really,
they might have been the first, and probably not first, but multiracial and men and women in the band. Women and men and multiracial band.
Probably certainly the first popular band to do that.
Yeah. No, I think he was the first to mix all of that up. Yeah.
Yeah. Mixed gender.
There was a band I think 68 called Pacific Gas and Electric that was multicultural and multicolored and multigendered.
And they might have been
they couldn't get arrested, those people.
Right. Nobody played their music. But these guys, but Sly and the Family Stone, I think they're both their first and second are in 68, or the first one might have been late 67. I don't know. I didn't go on the wiki page, but I know this is their third album. And
I had the greatest hits, and that was good enough for me.
Yeah, but this is we'll check them out.
Yeah. That's one of those bands I like them when I hear them, so I bought the greatest hits so I could like them while I was listening to that. But I never really bought individual albums.
Well, you're correct, 67.
Because when you're poor, you have to make decisions, about what you're going to spend money on.
So I guess the
All
first
right.
three did the first three not sell? That was like their breakthrough, or
I just think it didn't catch on. 67. I mean, Beatles were, I mean, come
Yeah.
on. I mean,
I think Dance to the Music was their
Dance to the
breakout
Music was
single.
yes.
Okay.
I want to talk about that since it's my turn anyway.
Yeah,
Larry
no.
Graham, the space player,
Oh, yeah.
he is responsible for the Chris Squire bass parts on Roundabout, Siberian Cut True, and anything else that goes boom, 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 boom. Chris Squire is totally Larry Graham in it.
Yeah.
He loved that guy.
Larry Graham.
And you can tell. You can sing Dance to the Music and Roundabout when they're doing that. Da, 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 da. That's Dance to the Music.
Oh, that's
the same
okay.
thing.
I know that song. Okay.
And
so
also in Siberian Cut True. Same thing.
Okay.
If you
I
took
knew
away
there
the
were
vocals
songs.
and you put on Sly's vocals, you wouldn't know the difference.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, just wanted to say that. All right, my third one is going to blow everybody away because they would have never thought of it for no reason. Just me.
What is that?
What?
Moog?
Moog.
Moog.
I have it.
Eclectics of Dick Hyman. This is the first Moog synthesizer album I ever got. I talked my mom into buying this for me. It wasn't this one, but it's the same album. From the Columbia Record Club. And she got it. And I listened to it and I fell in love with it. It's great. It's all synthesizer, but it's also got like real drums and bass guitar in the background, but it's not very prevalent, This album is so cool. My dad, who pretty much hated all rock music, loved this record. He liked it so much when he had company. He says, "You got to hear this." He put it on and play it for him. And I'm standing there going, I can't believe this is happening. This guy listens to Eddie Arnold, Johnny Cash, Frankie Lane, and we're listening to Moog. I just couldn't believe it. And in those days, we were calling it Moog because that's what nobody
That's
knew.
what I called it forever.
Moog. But anyway, it's a Moog. It's the same kind that Keith Emerson used, one of them not real tall, but the kind. It's the same kind that they used on Here Comes the Sun and Maxwell Silverhammer and Because on Abbey Road. But anyway, there's all this writing in here. And there's Lunar Excursion Module, which is right there. But this album is so cool. I ended up finding the CD and buying the CD of this. It was on ABC Command Records. And it was considered like they would classify this in classical because of the record company. Because ABC Command is sort of a classical label. But some of these song titles, listen to this. The Topless Dancers of Corfu, 5/4 Time. So cool. The Legend of Johnny Pot, about a guy who went around and dropped a bunch of seeds everywhere, and then he came back later to harvest his crop. The Moog and Me, which is just him and a whistling. He's whistling with the Moog. He whistles the melody the first time, and then the second time it comes around, he plays the same thing on the synthesizer, which sounds just like the whistle. Tap Dance in the Memory Banks. I don't really like that one. It's kind of weird stuff, done on the Moog synthesizer. I don't like that. 4 Duets in Odd Meter. I love that. That is really crazy. That's a weird tune because it changes each time. It just does 4 different things, and they are odd meters. There's a song called The Minotaur on here. It's 8 minutes long. Now, anybody that's an Emerson, Lake and Palmer fan that has listened to Welcome Back, My Friends, to the Show That Never Ends has heard this tune, because when Keith Emerson is doing Aqua Tarkus in the middle of Tarkus, this long solo that he plays on the Moog, he starts with da 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 da, note for note from this album, The Minotaur. Awesome. Cool. Total Bells and Tony, don't like that one. Improvisation in Force, love it. This is where the synthesizer plays more than one note when you hit the key. It's called oscillators. There's 2 of them, or 4. I don't know. And then the last one is Evening Thoughts, which is sort of like a mellow kind of relaxing. But the fact that my dad loved this record.
There you go.
It's still to this day, it just blows my mind. And his friends, they were looking at him like he'd lost his mind. They didn't understand what they were hearing.
Yeah.
But they were, people were polite enough. They didn't say, damn, this really sucks. We don't like this at all.
Oh, that's interesting.
His friends were motorcycle guys. They were in a motorcycle club. Anyways,
Rand needs to
I just love this album to death, and it makes me think of my mom and my dad, and I don't know. I just really love it. I'm glad I got it on CD. That was kind of, I thought I'd never find it, and it turned out I did. So.
In all seriousness, could you see yourself doing a cover of that just for fun?
What?
Just covering the whole album yourself?
Oh, I don't know. I could probably fake the Minotaur. That's about the easiest thing to play on there.
Okay.
I think the reason Keith Emerson did that is because he was a big fan of Dick Hyman. The guy has tons of albums. They go way back to the 50s. But this came out, like you said, in 1969.
Yeah. Cool. So far, we've got no overlap, but we'll get to that once you get back to me.
We've got some cool records today.
Well, I'm here. I guarantee no overlap.
Alex,
some cool ones.
What's your final take?
This first one with Rand.
What satanic evil band are you going with? No.
Everyone, cool down now. I'm off the Satan train for
it. Like some really hippie-ish thing now.
No,
I didn't mind it, Alex.
I've got some other Moog records as honorable mention. I show Grant, but I almost pulled that one because I have it, and that's cool.
Oh, cool.
But yes, and you mentioned the overlap. Last time we had many that picked the White Album or the Beatles, as Rand would say, and Electric Ladyland. That's because that's how important those records were, right? And not that this year isn't, but those are like landmarks. And now we're seeing a diversity, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
So last time I wore a Hendrix shirt because that was my number one pick. And everyone see.
I can't read that. Oh, is it Zeppelin?
That is not my number one pick.
Okay.
No.
It has to be, and it was mentioned.
Yeah.
Let It Bleed.
I almost picked it.
Look, that's my favorite Stones record, I think. It depends. I mean, some days Sticky Fingers and some days Goat's Head Soup. I'm not as big on Exile as others. But as I listen to this again, man, this is just a fantastic record. So, and unfortunately, though, their Satanic Majesty's Request did not come out this year. I would have picked that, and I would have had a Satan trifecta. So we didn't have that.
No, I love that Stones album, and I don't think of it as a satanic album.
No,
I just a good record, Rand.
Just the name general. So this is their 8th album, right? Released during their 69 U.S. tour. It went to number 1 in UK, went to number 3 in the States, 2 times platinum here, but no high charting singles, which is crazy. As when I get into the songs, it just I don't get it. But many have now become radio staples, right? And we know these. So this is them with their blues-based rock, as we know, but heavy influx of country and also gospel, which is what I think really makes this record work. Also, let's not overlook the producer, Jimmy Miller. So he did this. He did Beggar's Banquet. He did Sticky Fingers, Exile, Goat's Head Soup. I mean, this guy was their George Martin. He really brought the best out of them, and to me, the best Stones period of songs. So we have some turmoil, though. Brian Jones is further down the rabbit hole, no pun intended, Logan, of drugs. And so he gets fired within a month of his firing. He is dead. Mick Taylor is brought in, although most of the guitar work on this is Keith Richards. Mick is on a little bit. We mentioned before multiple times, Al Cooper. Piano, organ, French horn. What are you saying? I showed that last week. I do have that.
I think that's what he
Ry Cooder is on mandolin. Also, Bobby Keys debuts on sax. Important factor in their music, right? And we mentioned, or Christina mentioned earlier, the Escher that they wanted to use and they didn't. So they got this, which I think, though, becomes an iconic cover. It's crazy with the cake and the tire and the film can. And so this is all from a photographer. I had in my notes here. Robert Brownjohn is the one that came up with this concept. So let's get into the songs, right? So Gimme Shelter is the first song. And now the producer, Jimmy, says, we need to bring in a gospel singer. He brings in Mary Clayton. That's magic. What she adds to this song is unbelievable. This is from the opening riff, the haunting singing, Mick snarls on this. I just think this is a killer song. Second track, Love and Pain, Robert Johnson, but they infuse so much country in this. It's a perfect mashup. It's methodical Mick vocals. Love that track. Now we go to the Country Honk, right, which is the country version of Honky Tonk Woman, which was released as a 9-album track, was released as a single. Not even the song that was on this album.
Yeah.
You Can Always Get What You Want as the B-side. So what a great 1-2 punch with that. So then we go into track 4, Live With Me. This is now the first time that Mick Taylor appears on a song, and this is now with Keith and Mick trading licks, which will go on from here, but great synergy right off the bat. And Bobby Keys again on sax ramps this song up. Love it. Let It Bleed. This is, and doing research, I didn't realize this, the first time that there was a title track. All the other albums had names that were not songs. Let It Bleed is the first one that was actually a song. This is slinky, wow. It's sexy, lyrics about drugs and sex. Keith Richards on electric guitar, acoustic, and slide, fantastic. And Bill Wyman on auto harp. Going to Midnight Rambler. This to me is one of those songs that grooves right out the gate. I love it. It's Loose Bio on the Boston Strangler. Jagger on harmonica adds another dimension. Brian Jones is on this on congas. Keith Richard calls this a blues opera, which I think is a pretty good summation of what the song is. Yeah. We go into You Got the Silver. This is the first time now that Keith Richards takes over on vocals solo throughout the whole song. Full on country blues. Did you want to say something? Where?
No, I'm waiting for you to talk about the next song.
Okay, so Monkey Man.
Yes. Favorite.
Great blues, deep track of theirs. It rocks. Yeah, I love that song as well. Again, Mick is kind of maniacal on his vocals. Mm-hmm. And Mick is very much to me underrated as a vocalist. He's not, got this big range. He's like Chris Robinson later on for the Black Crowes. He just has that pocket where he makes every song his own. And so that leads into the track that I think he really shines on. You Can't Always Get What You Want. So this is a 7-minute and 28-second epic. To me, a defining moment in their career, along with Simply for the Devil. Now I'm bringing Satan up again, but those two songs I think are just so incredible and so unique to them. And the songwriting on this. They bring in the London Bach Choir, which again, like the first track with the gospel singer, just elevates this song. Al Cooper is on organ, but very subtle in this in the background. Rocky Dijon, let's not overlook him on this. He does percussion, congas, maracas, tambourine. It's just the whole band on all cylinders. This is very much to me their answer to Hey Jude with what the Beatles did on that song. It was re-released in the U.S. in '73, only got to number 42. So again, this song that we all very much associate with the Rolling Stones was not a hit off of the album, but just so we talk starting with Gimme Shelter and ending with this track. What a way to start and end. Everything in between is incredible. Also, then let's not overlook the country aspect of this that goes on to many bands in the 70s and then into the 80s and 90s with Drive-By Truckers and Whiskey Town and Wilco and all this. So this is another one of those landmark albums that just set a tone, established a sound that was often duplicated, but never replicated to the extent that the Stones did on this. That's my number one.
Can I say something real quick about You Can't Get It?
Can't
always get what you want.
You can't always get what you want.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but I saw it on the internet a few years ago that people that knew John F. Kennedy Jr. said that was his favorite song, and he would play that every morning when he woke up. People could hear it from out his window. Yeah. I love that song.
Alex, did you say, I know you did, and I zoned out for a minute, that Jimmy Miller played drums on You Can't Always Get What You Want?
Yep.
No, I didn't mention. No, I didn't.
It's not listed on there. Charlie couldn't get the even though it sounds so simple to me, but he couldn't get that rhythm, and so that's Jimmy Miller play. He was a drummer, and
and that's important too because
light funk.
Yeah,
he wasn't just a producer, right? I mean, he really was in the trenches with this band for those albums and helped develop that sound. So yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. So he actually had to sit in and say, "All right, Charlie, go take a smoke break and go get some lunch, and I'll lay down the drums for this." So
Cool. Christina, you're muted for
You're
some.
muted.
Oh, what the hell? She muted herself. Christina, you're muted.
All right.
muted.
Sorry. I had a cough before. 2 things for Alex. One, they're satanic, majestic.
Whatever
I
the
have
hell.
that album.
Majesty.
I love that
Satanic,
album.
yeah.
I love that
Satanic
album cover.
Majesty's Request.
They spent
Yeah.
some money on that back then to do that.
The lenticular,
A
yeah.
lenticular
Yeah,
cover, yeah.
Yep.
That wasn't that
Yeah.
popular back then.
Yeah.
And the second thing is there's posters all over London for the Cockroaches.
Wow.
That was the Rolling Stones' first name.
Oh yeah, that's right. There
Oh.
were cockroaches. Yeah.
So there's something going on that they think that maybe they're coming back under that name to tour.
Really?
Don't know. There's
Well,
cockroaches
first of all, Keith Richards
all
is a
over
cockroach, right? He's going to live forever. So
No, he'll never die.
Got that right.
Uh,
That's an
Funny.
excellent album. I love that album too.
uh,
right.
Oh, but
Sidney stole my thunder. Some of it anyway.
well, no. Okay, there we
I
go.
had 3 debuts. I
Yeah.
love Grand Funk on Time. I love Grand Funk. I remember I kept asking you, did you have a Grand Funk show yet? And you're like, yeah, we already had one. All right. It was released on Capitol Records. It's a hard rockin' LP. It was recorded shortly after their appearance at the Atlanta Pop Festival.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. It became gold in 1978. I guess it was on number 27 when it first came out. What else? Can I say that Sidney didn't say? Oh,
Do you want to say what TNUC stands
influences,
for?
but why know that? By Blown Woofer Production by Terry Knight. It was recorded at Cleveland.
we called it Tanuk.
Tanuk. What does that stand for? And no one's reading it backwards. It's like, yeah.
Go to the mirror, boy.
Oh my
It's
God.
because Mark Farner broke up with a girlfriend. That he was pissed.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. All right, are you ready? I thought it was a high energy staple opener at their live shows that they said. Anybody's answer. It's simple. It's simple, but it's a good song. It's a good rock song. What's next? Where's my 3? Time Machine. I love Time Machine. It's got funky bass line, great harmonica, bluesy hard rock. I thought. We all know what TNUC stands for, and like I just said, it was
Yes, that nasty, ugly clown. No.
Oh, I made a mistake. I called that an instrumental. I'm sorry. I know it's not.
Half instrumental.
Yeah, it does. I think it does have.
I mean, it goes back to lyrics at the end, right? Yeah.
Into the Sun is 6.5 minutes of high energy, hard rocking, great guitar riff from Mark Farner, thundering bass and pounding drums. Heartbreaker, like he said, that's very bluesy and slow. And the same thing, it's kind of about that girlfriend, I guess. It's a good slow burning ballad.
No.
They released it as a single in 1970, and it ranked at 72.
Didn't quite make the top 40 in Eureka, California.
No, You Call Yourself a Man, a slow bluesy track. Also, it's like questioning, like if you're rejecting me, but you call yourself a man, like the lyrics are really good to it. Can't Be Too Long is a deep cut blues rock track.
Yeah.
A high volume.
Near the end,
too. 10 is Ups and Downs. It has heavy guitar riffs, heavy cymbal focused, and heavy bass drumming. And I love the lyrics. It said, I want the world to know my reason. And that was it for that one. I got some honorable mentions, but we can do that after Logan.
Cool. Yeah, we have time
Cool.
to rattle off some honorables that we can think of. But Easter Bunny, what's your number one pick?
The Easter Bunny got into a lot of hard rock when he was younger. He was a young kid. All right. And Webb mentioned this
years
album
ago,
already.
folks, not that long ago.
Webb mentioned this album already. So I think everybody can probably take a gander or a guess.
Webb picked it, you said? Or he mentioned
well,
it?
Webb mentioned it. Yeah, he mentioned it lightly. But then he went another way. So
Zeppelin?
Uh-huh.
The second one.
Zeppelin 2.
Ground Bomber.
Yep. And yeah, I don't know how these guys were time travelers because this is a picture from World War One. So, Robert Plant was a fighter in World War One apparently. But but yeah. Yeah, I love the whole artwork and everything about it,
Yeah.
He started the war. You didn't know that? No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
they didn't teach me that in history class, man.
He started the war when he sang, I squeezed on my lemon and let the juice run down.
That's what happened. Yeah, the Lemon song started World War One. See, we're changing history here. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I love Zeppelin 1, man. But to me, I think Zeppelin 2, I think they just carried strength to strength from that record. And, pretty much everything I like about Zeppelin 1, and the thing about Zeppelin 2 is, they wrote a lot of this, well, probably all of it on the road while they were touring for Zeppelin 1, which is, crazy to think that. But, yeah, all the songs, I mean, they're all iconic to me. I mean, Whole Lot of Love, who doesn't know that song? That's that's like Smoke on the Water or Highway to Hell. That riff, like when you're first learning guitar and stuff, a lot of people, that riff, A Whole Lot of Love, that's one of the first riffs people learn, man. And yeah, I mean, all the songs, and there's a lot of things like Sidney was mentioning about them copying from other people. But to me, man, it's iconic for a reason. I mean, I love the blues stuff from the past, but I mean, Zeppelin just took that format and made it, popular for hard rock people, I guess, at the time. I can't really blame them for doing stuff like that, and yeah, I just love the ballads. A lot of ballads. Well, there's two ballads, kind of ballads, Thank You is probably one of my favorite ballads ever. I love that song, man.
Great.
That's like got great love lyrics and everything in it, And I think that's no, I can't believe you would think John Paul Jones gets credited there, but he doesn't. Because that seems like very John Paul Jones, like kind of like what Rand and Sidney were talking about. Your time's gonna come. That's what it reminds me of. There's a lot of organ in that track, and
I think
not John Paul Jones on the organ.
Well, yeah, it is Rand, but I figured he'd get a writing credit.
Didn't have the actual writing.
Like,
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep going. All right. What Is and What Should Never Be. That's the second track on the record. Love that song, and it's got a lot of dynamic changes. It goes from that softer verse to the harder chorus section. And I love, when I was younger, man, this is when my love for the headphones started, because that ending part when Page is doing that riff, the dan-it, 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 dan-it.
I don't know how to play that. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, they're like multi-tracked, right? So it's going into one ear.
Pan again.
Yeah.
This pan.
Yeah, always love that song, man. And of course, Sidney mentioned the Lemon song, which everybody knows started World War One. Which that's probably based off old blues song, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that song smokes, man. Especially for the rhythm section. Especially for the rhythm section.
The lyrics, it's kind of ridiculous, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah, all those lyrics have been. All those lyrics.
John Paul Jones and John Bonham on there, man. They're just especially in the back half of that track. They're just playing off each other perfectly, But yeah, it's all side one. Side two, of course, everybody knows the 1-2 combo of Heartbreaker and the Living, Loving Maid. You got to play them songs together. It's kind of like Waiting for the Bus and Jesus Just Left Chicago. You gotta play them together, man.
And the two
different keys. Did you know that?
Huh?
Living, Loving Maid is a half step down from Heartbreaker.
Wow, I didn't know that, Ren. Cool.
Yeah, they play it in A flat. Yeah, I mean, they don't play it in A flat, but that's the tape speed.
And guess what? They never played that song live.
With it. That's why it's when you go to jam with it, you go, wait a minute, how come you can't do it?
Well, they never played "Live and Love and Made" live. Never
was
played
it because
They
of
didn't like
the?
it. They didn't
I
like
think
it.
it's because of Page, right? Because Page did his backing vocals. He didn't really like singing a lot. He sings backing vocals on that track, so I don't know if he just didn't want to do it. Or,
yeah, they said it was a throwaway track.
What?
That's crazy, isn't it? They call that throwaway.
It's on the radio all the time.
Yeah, they never played it.
That's a killer riff. I love that tune.
Yeah,
and another fast one like Communication.
Oh yeah,
Breakdown.
Communication Breakdown. Yeah, and Heartbreaker's got that heavy riff too. I mean, that's a classic riff. A lot of people
Still can't play that solo. Not to this day can I play that solo.
I was going to bring it up too, Rand. That was a big influence on Eddie Van Halen because he went to see Zeppelin live, and whenever Page would do that, I think that's where he kind of started. I know tapping was invented a long time ago and shit, but that was part of where it came from for Eddie's inspiration, at least. I know he's brought that up. Page's Heartbreaker solo, which is just iconic. You know, everybody knows.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he recorded all these albums with a Telecaster, and then they go out on tour and play at Les Paul, which I was always weird because they feel different. When you play the Telecaster and you go play Les Paul, it's a completely different feel. You have to get used to it, and apparently he was not a problem.
Yeah, and it doesn't let up. I mean, the last 3 tracks, Ramble On, that's another radio staple. You know, everybody knows that track.
I hear it all the time. I turn on classic rock, and even on Sirius, I can hear Ramble On. It shows up.
Webb might know. Webb might know about the percussion element on that, right? Bonham's I think he's playing that on his lap or something, right? Or on his chest.
He's hitting a. Well, that's not a guitar case. That's Cecilia. Simon and Garfunkel, but yeah, he's hitting. I mean, he's just tapping on something. I can't remember what it was. I think. Yeah.
It kind of works for the acoustic part. That's kind of like the equivalent to what is and what should never be with the heaviness in the verse or in the chorus, you know, and the softer things in the. And I love Page's, you know, double track guitar and stuff on that song. That's really a highlight.
Hey, Logan, speaking of what is and should never be, I think that's the first time that Robert Plant sings through a Leslie. An organ Leslie.
That would make sense. Yeah, Rand. It sounds.
Yeah,
I believe
that sound.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. In the last 2 tracks, you know, Moby Dick, which became a staple for the band live, and John Bonham's infamous, however long drum solo with his hands and his, you know, playing the toms with his hands and everything. But yeah, that was kind of, I think, the start of these heavier bands wanting to have an instrumental like that to show. Well, I know we're talking about TNUC as well, but that's not fully instrumental. But I'm thinking like Rat Salad, or there's another band who had instrumental on the record and it has a drum solo in it, but I'm forgetting off the top of my head around this time. But well, they probably all got it from Cream, I guess, right? Because Toad, I guess that makes sense. That might be where they got the name Moby Dick too. I guess.
Toad was before it.
Maybe TNUC, Moby TNUC.
But yeah, and then it goes into Bring It On Home, which that is an old blues tune. They stay faithful to that right at the start, and then they just, again, kind of like Grand Funk, they punch you in the face with that riff, man.
It's one of the most badass riffs ever written.
Oh man, it's awesome, right? And then it goes back into the slow part at the end. I mean, it's just. There's nothing bad about this record, man. It's just, you know, insane that this band was touring for the first album, which is killer, and then they just go out and make another record, which is just as good. You know, a lot of people say if better, worse, you know, whatever. I mean, they're both classic albums, you know. So, Zeppelin 2, man.
Can I just say for West Coast Dave that the band Train did a song-for-song cover of Zeppelin 2. Because I know West Coast Dave is a big fan of Train, so I just want to throw that out there.
They do pretty good. They actually do Zeppelin pretty well.
I took a lot of shit on one show for Train. I love Train. I think they do Zeppelin well. His Pat Monahan version of Dream On is fantastic. He is an incredible singer. Yes, they're, you know, modern day yacht rock, but I like Train. So sorry, everyone.
They're a great cover band. I mean, they really are a great cover band. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. So this is where we get some more overlap. There's actually no record in here, so Logan knows which one I'm going with. Logan, I think you saw this album at did you ever actually buy it? You know which one I'm talking about. No, you never actually got it?
No, I don't got it.
Cover, right? Or was it in another album cover? Didn't you say it was like in something else?
I can't remember, to be honest with you. It's been a while.
I remember you saying the record was there loose, so you never bought it. I'll
Yeah, I
say
don't-
no. So yeah,
Nice.
Grand Funk twice. No, I'm not picking Ummagumma. Second.
Yeah,
Grand
we're-
Funk,
Yeah, Bobo, you should have been on here to pick that. Come on.
Ummagumma. Yeah, I'll play like that. I'll play that song with the animal noises. Yeah.
No, you got to play the Nick Mason, the Grand Visor's Garden Party. Oh boy, everybody will love that.
Actually, no record. This is original from 1969. It's kind of beat to hell, but there's like no record. It looks better on camera, but like it's someone wrote on it.
Wow.
There's like scratches on it. It's I'll send this to Logan and you can go buy the actual one loose.
Well, I'll put my name on it. I'll fix it.
It's from Mark Farner to Logan.
Sell it on eBay, man, for like $2,000.
I'm pretty okay. But yeah, as everything Logan said, like this album is just it's 8 songs, but it's fairly long for 8 songs. But like the last 3 are pretty long. So, but yeah, Paranoid. that blows Black Sabbath's Paranoid out of the water. Like that. As soon as that's like
I
that
agree.
whole wow,
I love that song. That song is so cool. I mean, when I was listening to that in the car when I'm driving, and I just sing along with it like I'm Mark Farner. I have so much fun with that tune.
Yeah, like I don't think that's supposed to be part of it. Someone like drew like their own like writing around the letters.
Wow.
Drew blue pen all around it. Someone was having fun with this.
Don't they call that highlighting?
But there's no record, so I don't know. It's
There's no record.
It's kind of strange, but yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, like I said, as Logan said already, the Inside Looking Out version, that's basically a Grand Funk song now. Highfalutin Woman starts like it's going to be like this really fast, in-your-face song, but then it kind of like slows it down. It's just kind of like a bluesy song. So I thought that's kind of really cool because it kind of sets you up at the first. But like I love that opening riff of Highfalutin Woman, that really fast, speedy riff. And then I love how they slow it down to a blues song. But yeah, everything on here is good. There's nothing on here that I would skip. Like I said, every track on here is amazing. This would actually be my #1 album of the 60s in general. So that was...
I love that record so much. My friend Andy Robertson, and I'm saying this because he might watch this. He turned me on to that, and also Closer to Home and the live album, and let me borrow them before I went into the Air Force, and I was listening to those at home. It just changed my whole world. I thought to myself, wait a minute, I think I can learn Inside Looking Out. And I just went at it until I got it. And finally, when I got it, it was like, oh, wow, this really sense of accomplishment. So thank you, Andy.
Yeah, I think just the Grand Funk with these and 2 solid albums. I had to pick both because I love them. Like they're almost equal. I think I like the red one slightly more.
And you can do the same thing on the next 1970 show if you wanted to. They put out 2 in 70, I'm sure.
There's so many solid albums, like more than I realized when going through 69. But so you guys want to rattle off some honorables just quickly? Reb, just go around.
Okay, I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, but I'm just going to hold up and I did
like
it
100 CDs.
Can I hold up like 15 unbelievable just for people that weren't? I mean, the people are watching it. You got I told you about Empty Sky, Elton John.
That's good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Spooky Tooth, Spooky 2, Wayne Shorter, Supernova.
Here, let me make you bigger so we can actually see this.
Okay, yeah, Wayne Shorter, Supernova is unbelievable. And then you got Larry Coryell, Spaces.
I had that LP.
Yep. And then you got on my birthday, you got CSN self-titled. You got Santana. You got Blind Faith. Thank God I didn't show the original cover. I flipped it.
Whoops, wrong cover.
Kinks, Arthur and the Decline of Western Civilizations. Unbelievable. This is the Allman Brothers. This is a 2 for the first 2, but the Allman Brothers' first album, Invented Southern Rock. Frank Zappa, Hot Rats, King Crimson, Miles Davis.
Rand and Logan's picks now.
Tommy, Volunteers,
Jesus.
and then Blood, Sweat, and Tears, which won Grammy for Best Album. And man, 69 was loaded. 69 was loaded. So
cool. Rand. Tommy. Okay.
Yeah.
The only one that I bought other than the Beatles and Chicago and the Kinks and the Moog album was this. And I had to learn every song on this when I was in the Air Force just because I wanted to, and I did.
Webb picked half the record stores.
Hell, they were all in my collection. I had to dig through the closet.
I love Tommy. Yeah, I would have loved to to pick Pink Floyd Amagama and Frank Zappa, Hot Rats, and King Crimson, but I didn't know about that stuff back then.
Yeah.
I didn't find out about King Crimson until 1973.
Nice.
Cool. Alex, what
All right, so
obscure
this-
satanic?
Well, no, I have some offbeat picks. Like I will continue to do.
Alex has got.
I have to
He
mention that,
looks
and
like
that's
a witch. Oh, that's the new one, huh? The
that's the box
remaster.
set. And this
Cool.
was tough for me to leave this off. This is fantastic. And as much as I love Miles Davis and I think Bitches Brew is incredible, this was recorded in 69, released in 69. Bitches Brew was recorded in 69, released in 70. The Gumbo Variations on this album is the perfect jazz rock, jazz fusion, whatever you want to call it, song. It's amazing. Love that. Hard for me to leave this off, too. The Origin of Punk Rock, the first Stooges.
Oh, yeah.
As much as I like the second one, this is a fantastic record. So
Yes.
those are the ones that were tough. And we mentioned again, Silent Way is Miles Davis is gone. So
good.
It just I have to. There you go, my man. I have to mention that I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan. Not so much of this album, but still, it was the year that I was born. It's important to me to talk about the Coop. A soul singer named Betty Swan, The Soul of You Now. No one ever talks about her. She's incredible.
Cool.
She did a version of Angel in the Morning that Juice Newton then took to a top 10 hit or whatever. But an underrated soul singer that's fantastic. Just a goofy soul group that I have to mention is Five Stair Steps and Cubby.
What?
Cool.
That's a bit.
So,
I love that
Weird
stuff.
name. It's the 60s. There was all sorts of weird names back then.
You got to mention my man Moondog, who is really out there. He did jazz, he did classical. He was blind and homeless, and he wrote his music in Braille. Interesting stuff to look for.
God, you've got so much stuff. He's
Where
got
do you
Mighty
find
Baby.
these things? Holy crap.
Mighty Baby,
I've heard of.
cool site. Also,
Actually, listen to them on Amazon. They were great.
Hot Soup.
Okay. Yeah.
And then from my man Rand, we have Hugo Montenegro, Mode Power.
Cool.
Hugo. Yeah, Moog Power.
Mode
I've seen that before. Never
Well,
heard
this
of
is
it.
another one. If you don't know this one, this is Douglas Leedy, the Electric Zodiac. This is Moog and synthesizer and early electronic music. And
Nice.
even more so, very early and important in the electronic music movement is Ragnarok. This is a very rare record. Nobody ever talks about them. But the Tangerine Dreams and the Aphex Twins and all this stuff that will come later,
Cool.
that's important. And then
Nice.
Is that the same Ragnarok that came from Europe?
this is called electronic funk. I don't think so. I think this is different. It's Paul Beaver and Bernard Krause are in this band Ragnarok. And then just to end on one final note, how can we not mention the touch of Leonard Nimoy, which came out in 1969?
Cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Touch of
Yeah.
enemy.
Wait, one more. You can't.
Hey, if William Shatner could do music.
Is that Briggs' song on there?
Oh wait, was that Sigmund and Sea Monster stuff?
No, it's HR Puffin stuff.
HR Prep and stuff.
Oh,
That
HR Puffin stuff. This was a single that came out that year. So anybody that knows Cross shows and watched them as a kid, that's why we're all so fucked up, because this was the craziest shit that was ever on
It
television.
was trippy as hell, Alex. That stuff was trippy as
Yes,
hell.
it
when
was.
we didn't know it.
I watched it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's me.
Cool. Christina.
I
Again,
pulled
your
Led
honorables.
Zeppelin 1,
Yeah.
Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin 2, of course. I pulled one that Rand mentioned the other week.
Okay.
Oh
This
yeah.
guy's insane. I really like him now. I never used to, but he's nuts.
Captain Beefheart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Stooges, what Alex mentioned.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The Flying Burritos Brothers.
Oh man, I love it.
Good
I
one.
love me some
Offshoot
Nancy
of the
Rock.
Birds.
I think it's Sin. No, it's the one that gilded something of sin.
Yeah.
Palace of Sin. The Gilded Palace of Sin.
Yeah, Graham Parsons is on that one, I think.
Yeah. Tyrannosaurus Rex Unicorn.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
I
Love
did
it.
not pull Let It Bleed. I do have Rolling Stones Let It Bleed. I also would give credit to Johnny Winter, his debut album and his second album, Second Winter. David Bowie, Deep Purple's Deep Purple the third album with the blue cover.
That's a good one.
Golden Earring, 8 Miles High, and of course Grand Funk Railroad, the Red Album.
Nice. Those are good ones.
Not enough people talk about that Transformers Rex. I know it's their folky and it's Mark being out there, and I love it though. I think it's interesting. It fits in that Donovan mode and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. It reminds me of Donovan. Yes, definitely.
Lots of congas on that.
Yeah.
Mickey fan.
Yeah. A lot of congas. A lot.
Bongos.
Bongos, congas. Yes, mostly bongos.
I've got a setting in my mini Moog synthesizer over here called Alien Congas, and I tried it the other day, and I go, I'm not doing that no more. It didn't sound right.
Oh, it's funny. Logan, you got any?
Yeah. I'll hold up some of the British blues guys, I guess, because I think that's the only couple we didn't really talk about. I don't think somebody in the chat probably mentioned Fleetwood Mac, then Play On.
Oh, then Play On.
Peter Green, yeah.
That's the best album they did, up to that point, for sure, to me. I mean, I love that record.
Yeah.
And then Free, the band Free had a debut, Tons of Sobs, which is awesome. Awesome album. And I guess they're not British. 10 years after, they had an album called So.
It's called and then Watt was the next one in 1970.
There's a couple. Well, I might as well say for Sidney's parents, so they don't kill me. Taste came out, which is a great record.
Taste.
They were talking about that in the chat. Elle was.
Yeah. That's probably about it, I think. Out of everything. Oh, and Cream's last album, Goodbye, which is kind of a
Oh yeah, I thought it was 70, and that's why I didn't choose it. But I had Goodbye Cream.
Yeah, it's
Badge
not
is
my
a great
favorite
song.
Badge is awesome, but the other two studio tracks I don't really care for too much. But the live stuff's awesome. Yeah. So that's probably it really for me.
Cool. Just a few. I'll add to that. The other two CCR albums are really good. Iron Butterfly Ball, I think, is a pretty good album. No one mentioned this one. This one's, you wouldn't think I would pick something like this, but I don't mind some like country rock because I like the Eagles. So the Moby Grape, it's just called Moby Grape.
That's pretty good stuff.
I'm on Wikipedia now, so I'm kind of cheating.
I forgot another good one.
Kick Out the Jams, but it's kind of live, but it's still a debut album, so I don't know if that really counts. But yeah. Chicken Shack. Hey, okay, Ken. That's a good one.
I was gonna mention Jeff Beck group, their second record, Beck-Ola. That's a great record.
Yes.
I like Beck-Ola. Yes.
What about Moody Blues on Threshold of a Dream? That's 69. That is a good Moody Blues.
Yeah, that's great.
And I didn't have that. I thought I had the CD.
This is the Cream. Those Were the Days box set. It's got everything they ever did right here. Love it.
Nice, Red.
The two Steppenwolf albums, At Your Birthday Party and Monster, are pretty cool.
Poco's first record was 69. I'm a big fan of Poco. Yeah, I love them. I love
Happy Trails, Quicksilver Messenger Service. Anyone like those guys?
I got that.
Yeah. Okay.
Good guitar work and that stuff too. The second Nas album by Nas, Todd Rundgren's early band.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I saw that too. Yeah.
I got another one. Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere. Neil Young, Crazy Horse.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe we didn't. Yeah. And Oxa Moxa.
Down by the River. Oh, that's on the first album, Down by the River.
Oxa Moxa is
on that one, right?
How do you say
Down
that?
by the River's on there.
Yeah, Down by the River's on.
Well, that one and Hey Joe have the same theme.
Yeah.
Killing a woman.
I got two more. Liege and Leaf by Fairport Convention is unbelievable. And A Salty Dog by Procol Harum.
Okay, yeah.
69.
Rand's all over that.
That's another band I didn't get into until much later. I got into it, but I love A Salty Dog is my favorite song by them. I actually made a YouTube video, you guys, 13 years ago, where I played the keyboard with my right hand and the guitar with my left hand, and I did Salty Dog. And I got embarrassed because the fuzz box was overwhelming when I was playing my left hand. I couldn't control the noise as opposed to the music, so I deleted it, and I wish I hadn't have done that now. It's really hard to do.
Here's one. Brave New World, Steve Miller Band.
Yeah, I like some early Steve Miller.
Paul McCartney contributes to a song called My Dark Hour.
Yeah, he plays drums on it,
right?
Drums, guitar, and bass.
He plays the drums on it.
Drums,
it's the riff to it's the riff to Fly Like an Eagle.
Yeah.
So he took that. Tony Williams' Emergency Lifetime is too, for George LeMay.
Yeah, that's a killer album.
Yeah.
Oh, who else?
Webb made it through 1969 with no rush, so he was fine. He did.
I do got to check out though in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, the third Deep Purple album. I think someone mentioned that.
Yeah, Christina did. I think
I did.
It's a great album. I love it.
Third one.
Chasing Shadows.
Donovan cover of Lelania. Pretty good.
The first,
Actually, the first one or the third one?
The debut Yes album.
Yeah.
I'm counting on.
It was never released in the United States until 1975.
Wow.
So I didn't even know about it.
Wow. Really? That's insane.
Yeah, I had no clue that Peter Banks was in that band until I saw Yesterday's come out in 75, and that's when they released those songs. That's how I found out about those records.
I got one more that I'm counting on Alex on knowing. The Edgar, I don't know how he says his name. I guess Edgar Broughton Band.
Axawak, some, how do you say it?
Axawak. Pull it up. These guys are kind of like a psychedelic rock, but there's hard rock. There's like proto-punk on there. Again, there's just weird song titles. Death of an Electric Citizen. Dawn Crept Away is kind of like the.
What band is this?
They're called the Edgar Broughton Band.
Oh yeah, I used to see that all the time. I never tried it.
3-piece actually. Vocal. He sang and played guitar. Yeah, they're I guess power trio. But there is an additional musician who plays on like a couple of songs, but for the most part, yes, they're a power trio. It's here. No, I don't want to share my screen. Image file. This is the album cover. Yeah, it's actually pretty good rock and heavy stuff. But yeah,
cool.
Speaking of having a seance, that's what these guys look like they're about to do. But yeah,
that was the times.
Yeah,
I'd like to be the guy under the candle.
It's called Wassa Wassa, or I don't know if I'm even saying that right. WASA. But yeah, there's like long songs on here. A 6-minute song. There's a 14-minute song, a 5-minute one. But yeah, it's psychedelic rock, hard rock, blues rock. I almost picked it, but I'm like, nah, I can't leave this Grand Funk stuff off of there. So, but yeah, another kind of obscure band, but they had a lot of albums. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 albums from 69 to 76. They put out a lot of stuff really for, I guess, an obscure band. But that's pretty much it. Everyone else pretty much went through everything. So
Bobo saw me hold up the band, but Bobo got shot down big time by Rand and Sidney. Said they hate it. So
wow, geez, that's terrible.
Yeah, Rand said he can't stand them.
Yeah, I'm not a band fan.
There's some things I like and some things I don't like.
I could pull out a lot of prog I can't stand too, Rand.
How it goes.
I won't confess to the bands that I won't like. So yeah, I'm not going to confess that right now. Anyway, so since Rand and Alex both have their own shows as well, you guys want to plug stuff that you're going to be doing on there? So Rand, what's coming up on your channel?
I don't know.
Yes,
I just make music and just put it up. I'm going to be putting up some stuff that I did with my best friend drummer in 1992. I found some extra tunes that are on cassette. I think I'm going to just go ahead and put those up on YouTube just for the hell of it.
Okay. Yeah, no, Rand, come on. We did the Rand, Logan, and Webb. We just did a show on Webb's channel.
The movie. Yeah, the movie show. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess, was it April 27th? Is that the date?
We're going to do another one. Yeah, at the end of,
April 27th, we're going to be doing our 5 favorite, our 5 favorite movies from our favorite actor at the time.
Oh, okay.
Because Sidney hasn't decided who to choose yet.
I still haven't picked an actor yet.
I'm choosing Jack Nicholson. And Webb's going to choose.
I'm doing some Burt Reynolds movies. I'm doing Burt Reynolds movies.
Right. Logan's going to do Sylvester Stallone.
I should just do
He's going to do Steve Martin.
Maybe. I'm still not decided yet.
There's only like
I'm
100
going to
great
watch
actors.
Pink Panther 2 today to see how good it is. Have you seen the Steve Martin Pink Panther movies? I haven't.
I haven't seen those. No, I have not.
No,
They're bad.
I think they're bad.
They're probably pretty
they're
funny.
awful.
Yeah.
It's hard to judge them if you haven't seen them.
Well, yeah. Alex, so
I mean,
it's
Peter Sellers was the best. Let's just face it.
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So my channel on YouTube is Tainted Decibels.
Tainted
You want to go over, subscribe, and like, and all that good stuff. Right now, I'm compiling all the shows I've been on. Original content is coming. I know I keep saying that, but I keep doing more and more shows. Just like Dan mentioned, I'm on Off the Charts this week. I got roped into something that I've actually started to regret as I listen to the records we're going to cover. But and then also on Facebook, it's under Alex Winter, Alexploitation in parentheses, and you'll see all the obscure records and promo things and all that I like to post throughout the week. So that's me.
Alex. Tell me,
Yeah.
Tainted, what is it again?
Tainted Decibels with an S. Tainted Decibels.
Well, I'm about to subscribe to it, so.
Cool. Appreciate it, my man.
Yeah, like you can go to the bottom of our page and it has all like the guests channels. We'll just say guests channels and they're all there. So Rad channel's there and Alex is there and like Dan, for example.
Yeah,
everyone that's been on here has their channels posted there. So
I forgot to say I go by Rand Anthony Kelly.
yeah.
A note to Bobo. The song was "We Are the Good Rats" from the Good Rats.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, if anybody doesn't know the Good Rats, go out and listen to them. Like, I'm glad Christina brought them. I forgot that they even had an album.
Christina does not have a channel. No,
but that's some weird stuff. I mean, there's a reason they never got like in the mainstream, but they're good musicians. Just play some crazy stuff.
Listen to Tasty. I think that's a good place to start.
Tasty's a good way to start. And Flo and Eddie are on that too. If you don't like the Flo and Eddie vocals, but they're.
Oh, I like Flo and Eddie just fine.
Yeah.
My first Zappa record was Chunga's Revenge, and it had Flo and Eddie on it. And then I got Live at the Fillmore East, and there's a lot of Flo and Eddie. I'm fine with them.
Cool.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow playing songs from all these albums. So for the most part, there's only going to be a few albums that are going to be represented twice. So that's kind of good. We got different stuff. Last week was like 4 Hendrix songs, 4 Beatles. It wasn't really much variety band wise, but this time it's a little bit more. It'll probably get like that as we keep going. Maybe not for 7
Liberation too long at 15 minutes.
Oh, Rand.
Well, I'm picking Communication Breakdown like 2 minutes. So we'll see. We'll see what other people pick. But yeah. So Webb, what do you want?
No, there's some great songs on the Chicago album. I don't need to do 15 minutes.
What now? What'd you say about?
You got to pick a song from each of these albums that you've picked as your top 3. We'll do that off air, so it's like a surprise for the viewers at least. But yeah.
Yeah, I might have to send them to you because I got to get going. We're getting ready to go.
Email them
to
me.
Ready to go out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just email them. Don't keep Ashley waiting. Come on.
Yeah, we got parties to go to. It's Final Four, man. Come on, Final Four party.
Four of what?
Final Four.
Of what?
You guys from Canada, he doesn't know what's going on.
I don't know what you're talking about. Final Four of what?
March Madness.
I don't know what
Jesus
that is.
Christ. It's college basketball.
Basketball.
You know that. It's basketball.
How's it March Madness in April? I'm assuming
That's why you're mad.
Don't tell me you've never heard the term March Madness. That's unbelievable.
I've never watched a basketball.
It's been going for like 50 years.
Yeah, that's all.
I have a piece that I did called March Madness 3 years ago, and it has nothing to do with basketball.
Oh, yeah. Anyways.
I just did it in March.
See? Of course.
Yeah, well, Canadians don't watch it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I do not watch March Madness.
Yeah. Just chalk up another. Why would
Canadians invented basketball.
Well, a Canadian invented it in the U.S.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Get on that tangent,
He's
guys.
still Canadian, but yeah, I know.
You got a show in 8 minutes, man.
They do.
Yeah. I'm out, guys. Pleasure, Alex. Pleasure, Christine, as always. Rand, always. And, Logan and Sid. Come on.
Have a good day.
We need to do another show. We need to do another prog show.
We'll do another prog show, Rand. We'll definitely do another prog show.
Let me know. Let me know when you're ready.
Hey, I'll send you Sidney while I'm sitting around watching basketball. I'll send you tracks. All right, guys, I'm out.
See you, Webb.
Bye, Webb.
Yeah, thanks everybody for doing this again, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks with the same show basically, but we're going to 1970. So joining us for that will be Rand, me, Alex, Logan, and then our other two guests will be Joseph Sudo from Rock Show Critique and Tom Curlis from Curlis Mania is joining us for 1970. So that's
Cool.
going to be the panel for that one. So thanks
Nice.
everybody. And then tomorrow we'll be doing our.
I was on a show with Tom one time, and when I first met him, and I said, I can't get over the fact that I'm not looking at Bob Odenkirk.
From Better Call Saul, yeah.
Better
All
Call
goodness.
Saul.
All goodness.
But yeah.
He said, yeah, I get that a lot.
But yeah. Well, sorry, we'll be back in 7 minutes because I have a show with Dan from Off the Charts in 7 minutes. So
What's that about, Sidney?
That's
He started too.
our A to Z series. We're playing music from bands.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Canada,
Canada.
Kanata. Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
We'll be back in 7 minutes.
I kept picking bands that he'd never heard. Canadian bands he'd never listened to.
Well, no, they're bands that you've listened to, just deep cuts. Like I'm cheating for this.
Etc. You never heard it.
I'm going by first letter because then I'll have like letters left out. So I'm
putting F today, are you?
No, it's at F. I'm putting it under first name.
That's what I said. F.
Yeah. Oh, I think you said S. Okay. 5-man electrical band.
F as in father.
Oh, I'm teasing my show that's in 5 minutes. I might as well. FM.
FM.
Frank Marino. I think.
Did you pick FM? Did I see FM?
Yes. I just picked it up actually, so I wouldn't have been able
I don't know that one, but Black Noise is killer.
This is their last album actually. Yeah.
Oh, is it called Contactors?
Tonight, I think it's just called.
Oh, Tonight. Yeah, that's when they went really commercial and died a death.
Well,
They were very good in the beginning. I loved FM. Black Noise, Surveillance, Fear, City of Fear. Oh God, those three are great.
Cool. So that's what's coming up in now 6 minutes. By the time we end this, it'll be started. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. We'll be back next week again.
Bye everyone. Have a good weekend.
So
Bye everyone. Enjoy your Easter.
next week's panel show, we'll be doing our Shanker series. We'll do in Contraband. That's what we're on next for that series. So we'll be back with that. But then so gotta wrap this one up. 5 minutes. We got another show. So thanks everybody for watching. So thanks to Webb, Rand, the Easter Bunny, the Satanist, and Christina for joining us today.
What a combo. What a combo.
So
I'll take it.
Go start your pentagrams. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways,
That's not midnight yet.
thanks everybody.
Slogans.
It's midnight somewhere. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Bye.
Ciao.